Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
We're back, man. Episode 252.
Yes, sir.
Let's get right into it. Before we get into it, man, me and Keith were rolling just a minute ago, talking, and the audio fucked up. So we're revisiting this shit for a second time. Oh my God, dude!
And these truck drivers and
it just fucked up bad. The audio went down, and we're not one of those people that we're gonna keep that audio because we care about our listeners. We don't want you listening to some fucked up shit. Some people just put it out. Like, who cares?
mean, it depends on how far we was in. If
yeah,
it was like 2 hours, shit. I ain't starting over.
Nah, we got to cut that. All right, let's get right into it. All right, there's a clean air ordinance in New York. It's targeting truck drivers. Let me get into it. It says a New York City clean air program is providing a well-paid gig to idling warriors who blow the whistle on polluting vehicles. New York City has a clean air program that allows people to report commercial vehicles that are parked and idling for more than 3 minutes or 1 minute outside of school. Those who report infractions by submitting a video can collect 25% of the fine collected by the city, which is $87.50 on a $350 fine. That is fucking outrageous. Attacking truck drivers, like, this is ridiculous. This has given rise to a particular breed of urban bounty hunter, people who hunt down idling trucks and shoot videos, sometimes surreptitiously. I asked my colleague Michael Wilson, who wrote about people who do this, to explain. These idling warriors are pretty upfront about how great the money can be, but they are also very passionate about clean air. Fuck them. They can suck a cock. One man I spoke to, Ernest Wild, actually became an environmental lawyer to address air pollution. He was confronting idling truck drivers for years before this program came out. So it goes both ways. What's crazy to me is how you're attacking truck drivers for this. Like, these truckers are just trying to make a living, right? So there's a couple things I want to say. We don't talk about trucking on here much, but this really got me fuming, right? Mm-hmm. Here's my issue. The biggest issue is you want to play the moral police. You want to walk up on truck drivers and record them on a video. The same fucking phone that you're recording a driver on has oppressed somebody else. There's some brown kid in another country, like a child slave, making these goddamn phones, and you're using that phone. You tweet on the phone, you record people on this phone, but truck drivers are just the worst for idling. Man, fuck y'all. Every item in your house came off a truck. Every item, every shirt, every sock, everything, every dildo that you stick in your fucking asshole came off a truck, okay? So don't walk up on truckers trying to make a living. And not to mention, it's New York City. It gets cold as fuck over there. So if it's literally 7 degrees in New York City, I'm supposed to stay in my truck and freeze because of your ordinance? Man, I'm going to tell you right now. If you give me a $350 fine and I bust you doing it, I might as well beat you up. Mm-hmm. I might as well whoop your ass, because if they're going to fine me, I might as well give you a black eye. We got to start discouraging these people from doing this, because there's this whole clean air initiative thing, but dog, it's just for money. That's all it is. You're literally attacking truck drivers for money. And literally, to me, I feel the most anti-American thing you could do is attack truck drivers. Like, all we trying to do is make a living. Mm-hmm. We deliver gas. We deliver clothes. We deliver food. We deliver every fucking thing. And they got this ordinance against drivers. Why don't you attack the companies? Go attack Freightliner. Go attack fucking Peterbilt or somebody. You coming after the little guy. We're the little guys. We don't own these fucking companies. That's so wrong. It is so wrong. $350 for idling? I got to turn my truck off 8 million times because of your stupid ass? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That to me, man, that just has me fuming. Mm-hmm. It has me fuming because in California, they did some shit at the ports where they're trying to make basically owner-ops turn them into employees. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, just the amount of the attack on truck drivers. I will say this. As a person who leans more left, the left is attacking truck drivers more than anybody, because they more or less have the ideology of the, global warming and this and that, which I know is a real thing. However, when you do shit like this is wrong. Liberals be the same ones complaining about capitalism is wrong and this and that. Look at what y'all doing. What is this? Are you not capitalizing off of fucking truck drivers right now? Like, what are you doing? That's the shit that pisses me off, man. Like, we know what the left and right wing ideology is. Like, The right is more with the guns and the pro-life shit. Liberals is the clean air and this and that. So it's crazy too how they'll say no idling and they'll go buy a Tesla, but those big 2,400 pound lithium batteries are doing just as much damage to the motherfucking ozone layer than a gas vehicle. But go ahead and keep thinking you're doing something good. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I can't really get on your side because all they're asking people to do is turn their trucks off. And it's you know, I get all the industry it makes the world move. Like everything that we got in this room was transported in some capacity on a truck, but all they're asking people to do is turn their trucks off. So I just don't see what the big deal is, honestly.
The big deal is when a guy has to sleep in his truck and it's 7 degrees outside and he's not idling his truck, he's not getting heat. So they want drivers to fucking, that's why one of the guys on TikTok said, okay, so next time I come to New York and I bring freight out there, how about one of your residents or the guy that's going to go ahead and put me on video? Let me go to his house and, you know, spend the night at his house and use his shitter and use his fucking shower, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. They just want to have an all outright attack on drivers with no resolution, none. Just stop idling. All of a sudden, stop idling. That's wild. And
the guy in the video, that wasn't his reason for leaving his truck on. It wasn't because he was trying to stay warm.
Not the guy in that video, was the other video.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's like a special occasion. I'm talking about.
That's not special. That's common.
It only snows so much time during the year. It doesn't snow all year. It doesn't snow all year round. What I'm saying is like that's not the case in every situation. Like if you're in Bakersfield and you pull up downtown somewhere and you leave your car on, that argument doesn't work because it doesn't snow here.
I hate to say this, but you don't got a dog in this fight. I drive every day. You could freeze like a motherfucker in California. I was up north last week, and when you turn the shit off, you feel that cold coming right into that cab. And that's in California. Yeah. With these storms that's been going on. So I had to idle my truck in California. Imagine motherfuckers back east. Like, that's the thing. The dude that they got idling, he was eating a sandwich, waiting to go into the port. So the thing about it is, turning your truck off and on again, like if you're going to wait into the port and they got a bunch of trucks waiting to go in, it's just a hassle to keep turning the motherfucker off. But I guess that guy was more in a space where he could have turned his truck off. Mm-hmm. But I just have an issue, and maybe because I drive and I really know the ins and outs of this shit, I just think it's wrong to attack the little guy. The trucker's the little guy. We just deliver freight, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, the same people that got their phones out recording us to bust us having a truck on, you would be butt naked without truck drivers. You wouldn't have a fucking article of clothing on without drivers. And not to mention, if drivers said, hey, you know what? We taking a week off. Motherfuckers, it'd be worse than a pandemic. Motherfuckers would be dead. A bunch of food would rot. Wouldn't nothing get where it needed to go. All the produce would rot out. Eggs would be, you think eggs expensive now? Eggs would be fucking $20 a case. So it's like the same people you coming at also have the ability to say, hey, I'm not coming to work. But the unfortunate thing is, a lot of us drivers have families at home. Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing keeping us moving. Right? But it's just, to me, it's a disgusting thing to do. And if the fine was $40, $50, even that's bullshit, but that's more manageable. But the fact that it's $350 shows you're trying to make a lot of money in 2020. In 2023, you're trying to make $350. I can't even fucking think. I'm so mad. That's crazy. And they said that fine is too low, and they trying to bring the fine up. That is fucking crazy. And it's wild. It's wild, the hypocrisy that I see on the right. It's wild, the hypocrisy I see on the left. Because the same shit that the left is doing with this shit here, they accuse the right of doing. And they literally got on Trump for paying what, $750 in taxes. He only paid $750 in taxes. Okay, first of all, I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But literally, like from a morality standpoint, all he did was do that, right? If you keeping the same energy, you're literally videoing truck drivers to make $87 a piece on drivers. So your morality, it lines up. Oh, he only paid this much, but on the other end, let me get $87 for videoing truck drivers. Like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, bro. This shit is it's just upsetting.
Yeah. To me, I don't care. But what I think that you're like conflating a bunch of narratives, right? Like this is strictly about the laws that they don't want trucks idling so that they can clean up the air, which is I guess on the surface it's this is like some sort of like liberal thing, but if it doesn't really have anything to do with like taxes or all that other stuff. This is strictly about truck drivers not leaving their trucks on and just idling and sitting in the middle of the street or whatever for more than 3 minutes. I think that, I mean, I understand the whole cold and stuff like that. I genuinely don't think that people would have an issue with that. But I think what I got, and I don't drive a truck, but I'm saying the guy that hopped out, he was just like, oh, I don't know. I'm just eating a sandwich, you know? And that's like, they want to clean up the air. So, you know, they don't want trucks idling. It's not necessarily about them despising truck drivers or them trying to prevent, or them not appreciating truck drivers. I think they just want them to turn their trucks off if they're just sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I think all this conversation matters. I think all of it does, because it's pointing out the hypocrisy in people, where you literally have a moral standing for one thing, but there's something that is either parallel or just different. And no, it's not the same thing. I'm just saying, you want to point motherfuckers out for having a truck on when you're using it's just people want to look moral when they are literally violating the same code that they putting up. You using a phone built by child slaves and recording people on it. And you think that you helping somebody? The same motherfuckers go buy a Tesla with a huge lithium battery that's doing damage to the ozone layer. But you think you helping? That's the problem I have with people. It's the selective morality, bro. And it's like, man, these motherfuckers, and I know you don't care, but it don't matter if you care or not. I'm a driver, I care, and other drivers care. And it's fucked up, man. And it's crazy how they say, oh, we're doing this for this. But when you go to a Walmart distribution center and you're waiting there idling, the issue I'm going to have is when you go to these DCs and you're going to wait on freight, and drivers idle there all the time waiting to get loaded or waiting for their load. If workers from these distribution centers start recording drivers, man, that is so fucked up. If they allow the employees that work at these Walmart distribution centers to come out and just record them, there are going to be people just looking at drivers to make money. Mm-hmm. And it's like, God damn, man. Like, yeah. This is where it's fucked up. The driver is the little guy. He's not the guy that's a multi-million dollar. And it's like Freightliner, Peterbilt, all these major companies, they're not at risk. They're not going to get fined for anything. It's going to be the driver. But all I can tell people is either don't deliver to fucking New York if you could avoid it, and if you do go there, you just got to turn your truck off now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. Just turn your truck off.
Not when you're waiting overnight, though. If you don't have what do you call almost like an inverter or something in your truck, you could freeze in New York City, and they're going to get a fine off your ass. Mm-hmm. So if you're sitting there and you're waiting on a load and it's 7 degrees in New York City and you don't have your truck on, you willing to freeze to avoid a $350 ticket? Like, that shit is bullshit, man. That's
I would have to see that case, though. I just don't think that's happening regularly. I would just have to see what that looks like.
You know why it's not happening regularly, Keith?
Why?
Because drivers leave the fucking truck on.
No,
That's
I'm
why.
saying I need to see someone that got fined. It's 7 degrees outside and they leave their truck on and somebody's recording. I need to see that video.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the possibility of seeing that video is very easy, especially with this shit going on. Mm-hmm. You got these motherfucking phone bounty hunters. Like, if I seen that and you got, I would want to break somebody's phone for doing that. There's so many other ways to make money, man. There's so many other ways to make money. Like, I could report motherfuckers doing wrongdoing, but I just don't have the energy to do it.
Dude making $40,000 a year.
It's crazy. They made over $2 million from reporting it.
Yeah.
This is a money grab, man. I feel the same way. Check this out. I feel the same way about registration in California. Registration in California is ridiculous. These motherfuckers, oh my God. And here's the fucked up part. If you need to change your license plate, they give you a piece of paper. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. Bro, it's a fake paper plate that could blow off, and that's all they give you. Mm-hmm. And you spending hundreds of dollars on registration and plates, and they give you a paper. Where the fuck is the money going? Where is the money going, dog? Mm-hmm. That's my problem. Even to get a replacement license is expensive. It's like $75. Mm-hmm. Like, man, we're spending all this money at the California DMV. You motherfuckers should give me at least laminate the paper. Mm-hmm. These niggas give you a piece of paper and it'll blow off. I seen somebody. I got it on my phone actually. I recorded it. I was like, yo, it was a Tesla driving down there. Matter of fact, shout out to Todd Jones, man. Todd told me that the registration on the Tesla that he got was over $700.
That's crazy.
$700 fucking dollars to register that Tesla in California. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nigga, you better keep that shit in Texas.
Yeah.
I would just re-register that motherfucker in Texas somewhere.
Yeah, my plate's from Nevada.
Yeah, bro. These motherfuckers out here. And then they have these emissions, right? Mm-hmm. These emissions laws in California where they keep dropping the emissions, but the objective is to start getting these older vehicles off the road.
Yeah, I mean, all the companies are moving to electric vehicles.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. They really think they're doing something with these. And here's the problem. You want to know the funny part? You want to know the funny part about all these electric vehicles out here? Mm-hmm. The funny part about all these electric vehicles is that our power grid can't even fucking hold up to it. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't have a power grid to support all these motherfucking electric cars, but you want people to be all electric by 2035. Good luck, buddy. Okay? Good luck. Mm-hmm. Did you see the last year's Super Bowl, how much they was pushing electric cars? Mm-hmm. God damn. Every other commercial was like, this car's electric, the Ford electric, the fucking Chevy electric car, this electric car.
Yeah.
You know the biggest problem I have with electric vehicles? The biggest issue I have as a consumer, I can't work on it. Here's the biggest issue with that is if I get a Tesla, something happened with it, and I got to give you my Tesla for 2 weeks, I just won't have a fucking car.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. At least give us the ability to know how to work on the motherfucker or to go to a specialty shop that could get our car back. Like, the thing.
You gotta take it to the Tesla shop.
You got to go to Tesla. And these motherfuckers like, okay, we need to download. It's going to be some motherfucking nerd with an IBM t-shirt on. Like, okay, we need to reprogram it. And then we have to go ahead and. Because they don't got mechanics working on it. They got niggas that look like Jeff Bezos working on your car.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing. It's gonna be a dude with glasses.
Mark Zuckerberg's.
Yeah, they got
changing your electric oil.
You got a nigga that look like Jonah Hill in there working on your motherfucking car. He got a Macintosh t-shirt on with some glasses and a fucking Rugrats hat on, and he's working on your car. And you like, dude, it's been 2 weeks. He's like, wait, it's like this is normal. You know, we just got to get the megawatts together. And I'm like, man,
I'm just recalibrating the system.
If you don't give me my motherfucking iPhone car back. It's like, will you just give it the latest iOS update and give me my motherfucking car back?
I'm about to get me an electric car. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, go ahead and get it. And
Go
ahead and get it, and you'll be like, hey, Ed, man, you know if you give me a ride.
Nah, I ain't gonna front. You asked me to jump. If your car was not starting the other day.
Oh no, it was just the fucking battery cable. It was nothing major.
Yeah. No, I want one. It saves you money too. I'm not the person that's one. I don't know all the science behind how much the electric affects the atmosphere versus like gas, but I will say that you are definitely saving money by having an electric car.
But where's the morality though? You willing to save money or you willing to help the
I'm not coming at it from a moral standpoint. I don't care about the atmosphere in that world. I just want one. I think Teslas look cool, and two, I think I just want to save. Gas is expensive, stupid expensive. Yeah. Even if you look at your PG&E, the cost of the electric you use versus the cost of the gas you use, it's a huge disparity.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. Okay. Let's see here.
The best way to save the atmosphere is for us to get a bunch of wagons.
What do you mean?
You just need to go back to start riding horses.
Okay. How do electric cars negatively affect the environment? Nevertheless, at the end of manufacturing, electric cars are the ones generating more carbon emissions, according to the Union of Concerned Scientists. Why is this? Because electric cars store energy in large batteries. The larger they are, the bigger the range is. They have high environmental costs. Like I said, a 2,400-pound lithium battery it's not helping us. It's just, hey, you can save money, and we'll give you the illusion like that this is better. Remember Super Size Me, the second one? Mm-hmm. Remember they talked about the health halo? Mm-hmm. Where they made people think things were healthy when they really weren't.
Crispy chicken and stuff.
Yes, by using certain words, using certain jargon. The crispy chicken, even though it's deep fried, they'll say the crispy chicken sandwich. Or they use certain colors to make you think that it was healthy. Like they'll give you a bag of chips that's in a green bag, and in your mind, you start to believe that it's healthier for you. I feel like a lot of these items are no different. A lot of them are pushed out as being decent, but you won't know the effects until down the road. I feel like social media in general, in the next 15 or 20 years, there's going to be a restriction on it. They're going to treat social media like cigarettes because of the amount. You think about what it's doing to us now and the stuff that you see that it is like a result of social media. The amount of men getting hair transplants, the amount of women getting BBLs and lip injections. Like the amount of these things are, I feel like they're derived from social media. You know, the what do they say? Comparison is the
thief of joy.
Thief of joy.
Like
So you got people comparing themselves like, oh, he has a good job. It's better than my job. He has this or he has that. You have people that can't even be themselves because they're putting out a product that is not really who they are. So these different social media behaviors are playing themselves out. And eventually we're going to see how much of an effect it has on people's mental health.
Yeah, but I mean, we won't know. I think that's the beauty and the danger of you know, this social media world. We only have a good 15, 16 years of, maybe shorter than that, of real evidence, real analytics of what social media, you know, can do. I think, you know, we really won't know the ramifications until we old and gray and, you know, it's just 2-3 generations below us are using social media, are using whatever that looks like then. But I think that, you know, just even the way we physically look, you know, might change, you know, just the, I know sometimes, it's like, I don't know what it is, like some sort of like heat radiation or something like that. If I hold my phone too long, like my hands start to feel like warm and just like weird, and that's why I'm like, oh dang, I need to put my phone down. I'm holding it too much. But those are just like some of the things that I'm noticing now, or just noticing, like, you know, like my shoulder blades or just my neck hurts a little bit just because my head is down, and that's, you know, those things. But that's stuff happening over the course of our lifetimes. Like by the time we get 80 years old, like who knows what that looks like. I was just talking to a guy earlier, and he's like I don't know what his job title is, but like a posture specialist. Like he teaches people better posture and stuff like that. And, you know, I just think about, and he was basically saying, like, you know, a lot of us have a habit of just having bad posture, you know, whether we're driving or sitting or whatever the case may be. And, you know, over the course of however many years, like that stuff is just stacked up on top of each other. So who knows what it would look like. And I think that, I think that overall though, that's why I don't put myself in the moral space when it comes to like buying a car.
Just out for yourself, huh?
Because this is also affecting the environment, the camera, the light, like electricity. Just, you know, one, building it, you know, affects the environment, because a lot of times they use the gas or the fuel or whatever to build the electricity, the electric things, but also, you know, they're emitting carbon and stuff like that affects the atmosphere just by me running my laptop. So I just take it out of a moral place, because that's that, you know, that halo thing that you were talking about. But for me, it's just like, you know, my biggest thing is, one, I think some of the cars are cool, and then too, like you're saving gas money because I just know that the cost of electricity is much cheaper than gas is.
Yeah, I will say this though, it's less convenient though because you got to go to a fucking charging station.
No, you can install one at your house.
Well, yeah, but everybody doesn't have. Well, if you put one at your house, like I said, we don't have the power grid to support that. People are getting pissed off because they want to install it, but their landlords or certain people are like.
I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about we own our house, so if we want to build one there, then we can. But it is inconvenient. Like you have to go. Like they have the Tesla thing on the way to Home Ranch, and if you're traveling far enough, you got to make sure you charge your thing before you go to LA and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is an inconvenience to some people, but I'm only speaking about myself.
Charge the motherfucking phone. Charge the car up. Mm-hmm. The biggest issue when we talking about like the phone idea and how we won't know how dangerous it is we shouldn't be consolidating everything to one specific thing. We literally handle business on our phones. We set up dates on our phones. We look up information on our phones. We watch fucking porn on our phones. Everything is on the motherfucking phone.
We got porn and a Bible in the same.
Yeah, you got a Bible app, so you reading the Bible, and then like 20 minutes later, you jacking off. Mm-hmm. And the Bible app is on one of the tabs, and then the other one is Pornhub.
In John 69.
Oh, you'd be like, you say a prayer, be like, all right, thank you, God. And then now you're going to open the same phone. The same phone you just read the Bible out of, now you're going to watch porn on it. That's wild.
It's like, oh, my God, thank you so much. Oh, my God, thank you so much.
I had a rough day. I needed that. That's why I don't be touching nobody's phone. They be like, hey, man, look at this. And I don't touch nobody's phone because I know people be jacking off.
There's all kind of stuff.
Yeah, they be eating food and beating their meat and shit. They be like, hey, man, here, check this out. I'm like, I'm not touching your phone. Most people don't wipe their phone off. Every time I leave the gym, I wipe my phone down with a sanitation wipe. Mm-hmm. Every motherfucking day that I go to the gym.
That's important.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. You can get a staph infection from that shit. Mm-hmm. Right. All right, switching gears. Yesterday, I was really hungry, and I wanted to get a pretty tasty snack. So there's this place called Charlie's Subs. It's in the mall. And they make really good, like shredded, I won't say shredded, like almost like chicken sheets. They take like this very thin cut chicken breast and, steak or whatever, and they grill it up and they chop it up, and they make these amazing sandwiches there. I went there yesterday. And I went to the line. I was about to buy my food, and it came out to like 17 something, right? But I wasn't tripping because I was hungry. And they said, "Oh man, we're sorry. Our system is down. We only taking cash." And I was like, "Fuck!" And I was about to leave. And this young man, he probably had to be 25 or something. He was there with like his grandmother, I believe she was. And he said, "Hey, dude, I got you, bro. I got you." And I was like, "No, man, no." He said, "Bro, chill. It's all good. I'm just trying to help." He genuinely seemed like a helpful person. Mm-hmm. He genuinely seemed like he wanted to like give me money. And he pulled his money out. He said, "Here, take this. Take it, man. Come on, bro. Just take the money." Right? He seemed like he was in a very giving mood. It looked like his grandmother had like 2 bags. Like he must have took her shopping. Mm-hmm. He probably just felt blessed. And
he's taking care of grandma.
Yeah, and his energy seemed cool. He seemed like a cool guy, right? And eventually I was just like, all right. So I put the money in my hand. I walked back to the register. And then I walked back to him and gave him his money back. He's like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he wouldn't take the money. I said, "Here you go, bro." And he's like, "Come on, bro. Like, come on, dog. I'm just trying to help, man. That's all." And then I just told him, I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "Hey, man, get that to somebody that needs it." Because at that moment, bro, I felt like he was genuinely trying to be kind to somebody. And I felt bad for turning that down. But at the same time, like, it's motherfuckers out here homeless, laying on the street and shit. Like, give them that money. I'm blessed enough to have some money to pay for my own shit. I don't want to just be taking away handouts from people, man. But Keith said something earlier, and it is also true. If somebody trying to be nice to you, sometimes you need to accept it, bro. Sometimes you really need to accept it sometimes. But I feel like the receiver, myself, like there's an integrity call on my end where I could take money from this guy, but I have money already. I don't feel right doing that.
Yeah.
I know there's somebody hungry that I told him the way I paid it forward is instead of like getting food and then using my money to pay for somebody else, I told him, hey, use that money and give it to somebody who needs it. And I hope that he did that. And then there was something in the back of my mind too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was like, I think this nigga trying to put me on TikTok. Help the homeless man out today. I'd have been like, I would have found that in the algorithm. Like, this nigga put me on TikTok, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Help the homeless black man out today. I'm just trying to help Black Lives Matter out. I'll be like, nigga, what?
Hashtag BLM.
Bro, I would have found that shit too. Because you know that's how the algorithm works.
It would have popped up on your timeline.
Oh, it would have popped up. I'd be
just
like,
because they seen that it was your face. The facial recognition would have sent it right to you.
yeah, I don't know, but that's how the algorithm be working. It be finding people. It was this one dude that was saying all kind of shit about his ex-wife. And then all of a sudden, and he said that he had been broken up with her for like 5 or some years. The algorithm lined her up, and she was like, oh, fuck no. I got stories to tell y'all. And she was pulling up receipts, pictures, messages, all kinds of shit.
She was responding to what he was saying?
Yeah. She was like, this motherfucker going to use me.
They need a podcast.
Huh?
I said they need a podcast.
I don't know why I hate my ex-wife. My ex-wife don't give head, and she be talking shit about me. And I don't. It's like, man.
This nigga got a little dick. He don't pay no bills. That'd be the most fire podcast.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Is my dick little or is your pussy big? Man.
That's crazy. Nah, I think I think I would. I used to operate that way. But what I realized is, I think I was sitting in church one day. I don't know if I realized it before then, but I was sitting in church one day, and the pastor was he was saying that somebody had, some very successful people that go to my church, and just churches in general. People that are like doctors and nurses and therapists, psychologists, all the above, and one of the people that went to the church just wanted to bless the bishop, right? And he was just like, nah, you know how it is. Like, I think a lot of us kind of have this natural way of being like, man, nah, you good. Like, don't worry about it. I don't need nothing. I'm good over here. I'm doing pretty good in life. But one of the things that his bishop's wife had said was like, yo, like, somebody is trying to bless you. Like you can't block somebody's opportunity to bless you or sow a seed into your life, especially if they've been coming to the church for a while and they see something, they get a benefit from coming to the church. And then also they were saying, like, the person was saying the reason why he wanted to bless the bishop is because he always sees the benefits of blessing him. They see it in the church with whether it's new equipment or new LED screens and just improvements to the church. And then the person was also saying, when I bless you, I get blessed, on the other end. I somehow, like, miraculously, whether it's God or just the universe, whatever the case may be. But he was like, when I sow seeds into you, like, my business does better and this things happen. And so that's the reason why I don't, for the most part, I don't turn down, anybody trying to bless me. Like, if somebody says, like, sometimes I do things for free. Like if I'm shooting a video or something for free. But if somebody says, like, how much should I pay you or whatever the case may be, if it is something that I said that I would do for free, I would just be like, yo, like, this is the proud, I like Nipsey Hussle. This is the proud to pay campaign. Like, pay me whatever you feel like, my service is worth. And then I'll move on from there because, it's just a blessing. Sometimes it's just a blessing just to help people, and, it's a blessing for them, to help me out. So that's kind of how I move. And I think, to me, what I realized is, I don't know, it was sometimes like an inauthenticity in the way that I was being, in terms of like turning down things. Like, even if I was at somebody's house and I'm like, I'm not hungry right now, but in my mind I'm like, nigga, I'm really hungry. Like, you ever been at somebody? Yeah,
I've done that too many times.
So now I say that to say, like, I approach those situations with more authenticity. Like, if I'm hungry and I'm at my friend's house or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Like, cook me a taco too. Shoot.
I heard that. Yeah, back in the day, I used to do that with your mom, like way back.
Everybody be smacking food. Eddie like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and it's just because that's kind of like how I am.
Yeah.
You know, but then, you know, eventually I was like, okay, cool. But I don't want to be the motherfucker that's just over people's house eating.
Eating good.
Yeah, because some people just be eating good and always taking just freeloading and shit. I'm not that guy.
But what I realize is like that's like my mom. That's like a love language to her.
Yeah, it is.
Like feeding people or you know, giving them a meal or something like
100%.
that. So I say that to say in terms of, you know, just being around that guy, like he genuinely wanted to do somebody.
He was trying to help, and I kind of felt bad. But you know, what I would shift my morals for is some head.
That's crazy that you just said that right
I'm
now.
trying to. I'm accept that blessing right there.
That's crazy.
Like,
Have you ever turned down head?
John 3:16.
Please don't.
What happened?
Have you ever turned down some head?
Never, bro. That head was meant for me in that moment.
If somebody gonna bless you with some head, do not turn it down.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see a scenario turning head down.
Yeah.
If I just don't. I've never been offered head in such a like outright way though.
I don't want to say that word. I would say like there was never like scenarios where I just get head. It was always more like I can never just pull. You know, niggas be like, man, she got the most fire head, but like that implies that they just pulled up, got some head, and dipped. I always had to do like the extras, like you know,
eating ass and shit.
Yeah, he might eat a little ass.
No.
Yeah, something.
Nah, I feel you. Usually 97.99% of that head came with pussy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm just not. I just can't be out
Yeah, I'm
here.
envious of the people that could just pull up and get some dome. And
They just pull up. Hot. All right, you have a good one.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, how do you do that? It's a powerful person.
That's not a real thing that I just did. Women don't do that.
What?
That
mug was dry.
That's only on the porno.
Oh yeah, just like
Just
throwing that mug
dramatic.
in the back of their tonsils.
I'll
They be
like,
dying over it.
I'll be like, dude, chill out.
I'd be like, what the heck?
That'd be a crazy way to go out. Mm-hmm. Like, officer, I swear I didn't do nothing, man. I didn't do nothing. I was just standing there, and then she just passed out.
Officer, this head was to die for.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your fucking hands behind your back right now.
That's
like,
wild.
Man, that'd be crazy. And they'd be like, imagine you go to prison. Like, yo, what you in here for?
What they gonna be in there for?
No, I'm just saying. Imagine you go to prison. Somebody asks you,
is it for murder?
What you in here for, man?
Yeah.
And they look at your thing. They be like, shit, you was getting your dick sucked and she died, nigga? This nigga a legend, bro.
This nigga's a legend, bro. Nigga autographing. That's crazy. I was gonna say something wild. I was gonna say he autographing dicks in prison.
Oh no, that's not a good thing. You see that little interview with Boosie when he talked about the Coca-Cola can in prison?
Nah, what was that?
He like, I was locked up, man, and I didn't know that the Coca-Cola can on the ground meant that people was in there fucking, man. I went up in there, man, that nigga was all in his ass, man. He was deep in his ass.
That was crazy.
And then he was just describing that shit, and and everybody was like, all right, Boosie sounded like he was standing there watching.
Like he was enjoying it a little bit.
That nigga was stroking, bruh. Look, man, I wouldn't lie to you, man. That nigga was in his guts, man.
That nigga was blowing his back out, man.
Zoom. Everybody like Zoom. Boosie was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
He had some hits, man.
That I think we was talking about earlier. It was like a gay dude exposing a bunch of gang members out here in Bakersfield.
Oh fuck, I heard about that.
Yeah. It was niggas from every hood it was one dude. It's funny. It's so funny to me. Like, you know, people, and not in a judgmental way, like not that it's funny that these guys are gay, but it's it's funny that somebody could be so hard but still be gay.
Yeah,
So it's like I guess the text exchange, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit. So it's hard as a gang member out here, right? And then it's like the gay dude, and then the gang member is like text. I guess they texting back and forth, right? So the dude is like the gangster dude is texting the gay dude like, yo, like, what's up? You still be doing them little videos and whatnot? And then the gay dude was like, yeah, like, you know, what's up? And like, what's up, man? I'm trying to, like, you like, shoot me something. And then he like, all right, like, you know, so he sent him a video of the swipe or something. The gay dude sent the gangster dude a video of the swipe. And then he can't even turn off his gangsterness, right?
Wow.
So he see the dick pic and he like, damn, that mug fat on my mama.
What?
He said that.
That's what the message said?
That's what the gangster dude said about the dick pic.
And that shit was all over Facebook, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then it was like some screenshots of them having sex or something.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then the dude was like, the gay dude was like, Lo, how long you been like this? And he was like, yo, I've been like this for a few years. But the funny part is he just was so hard the whole time. And then it's another dude, it's a screenshot of him. So I guess the baby mom's seen the video on the phone or something like that.
Yeah.
She took a screenshot and then somebody like, this my baby daddy. Like, if you could find the other dude, like, let me know who this is, whatever the case may be. Dude got dreads. Nigga got a tank top on. He got the bust down chain on.
Oh my God.
And he just getting topped off by
some dude.
My
God.
And the coldest part is, when they exposed the dude, he wasn't even like denying it, or he didn't say it wasn't me. He didn't say, nigga, that's fake, nothing like that. He like, nigga, y'all tripping. I got paid to do that.
Wow.
But he in the video like this, with the hand on his waves.
Oh my God.
He got his hand on the 360.
I think the moral of this story is we have to stop pigeonholing gay people, because anybody could be gay.
Yeah.
We think it's just people like that, men that are flamboyant. Like, oh my God, like that, like gay people are just normal, everyday people.
Yeah, I think that is the most amazing thing about the movie Moonlight, is that the dude is like the hardest dude. I forget, they in Florida. He's like the hardest dude in Florida, but he just like dudes, like, you know. And I think that the story is like the story itself is pretty amazing. But it's like a story that has never been told before in that way, where it's like he's just a regular guy. He just likes guys as well. Man, so a
gay gangster is a hilarious narrative.
I mean, that's been the funniest thing. Like, you know, the kind of juxtaposition of a gay guy and a gangster, like just that kind of completely polar opposites, you know. Yeah.
A gay gangster will say some shit like, nigga, we could fuck, but I ain't on that gay shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's too late, man.
Like, nigga, you could top me off, but don't kiss me in my mouth, nigga, cuz.
Oh, man. The way I found out about this story is some dude posted on Facebook. He said, dang, niggas is gay in 4K.
Yes.
And I was busting up laughing, and then I seen the little story. They talked about it in the comments.
But the crazy part about it is I heard that before. Like, my cousin, she knows, like, you know, this is Bakersfield, so everybody know everybody. But she was already telling me, she was like, yeah, them boys over there from the east side and them boys over there from the west side, they be bisexual anyways. I already know all their stories.
Oh, my God.
And then, but it wasn't no proof. So I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, you know, you just kind of hear it and be like, okay, that's cool. But then when the pictures and the videos and the screenshots came out, I was like,
oh my God.
That was the news around town. And it was somebody from every single hood. So it wasn't, you know how you can have like bragging rights. Nigga, y'all dick in the booty ass niggas over there. But like, it was every single hood in Bakersfield that had.
Oh, it was everyone?
Every single one.
See, this is the problem too. A lot of these guys that commit crimes and they go to prison, if you keep volunteering to go around a bunch of men in prison, that kind of makes me think that you're gay already.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to, not to say that you being gay is a bad thing. All I'm saying is that you're putting this fake, like you're putting this veneer on like who you are, but like deep down inside, like you like dudes. And that's why you do that. And that's why some of these dudes be mistreating women. Like they'll have
they
a baby
don't really
mama.
like women, huh?
They'll be like slapping her and playing with like yelling and shit, but they really be smashing the dude. That shit wild, bro.
That's crazy.
That's wild. That story is fucking crazy.
It's the craziest thing to me, you know. But yeah, it's just a trip.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we get? Yeah, but that story that Keith is talking about, that literally happened like Thursday.
You know, it's crazy too. Like I was, there's an episode, and I haven't watched the whole series yet. Snowfall, when I think the guy Frank, I think his name is. I forget. Forgive me if you're a Snowfall fan, but Dims. I forget his name, but I think they're trying to get some money back, or they're trying to get somebody, whatever the case may be. But they called in like an OG to help him out or something like that. So the OG come through, and then they beat this dude down, like just beat him down real bad, and then the dude just rape him. And then he just get up like it was just regular, and they like, yo, like, nigga, what did I just witness? So yeah, but I say that to say, like, these things, like this is like regular stuff. Like, who knows what type of stuff goes on, and you know, like just the what do you call it? Like demasculating other men, emasculating other men. You know, that stuff probably happens a lot. Like,
but that's not that's just a poor excuse for like you want to do some gay shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're using it as an excuse. I'm saying that's what they genuinely want to do.
Oh my god!
But they're just doing it in the name of that.
Exactly. That's oh god, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild, yo. Yep. But I think it's safe to switch gears on this one.
Yeah.
All right. Switching gears. This is a wild conversation here. An investigation found the officers participated in a Girls Gone Wild type sex parties. And this is viral all over the internet right now. Here we go. What the fuck? Oh, come on, man. I just had the damn story. All right. What the heck? Here we go. All right. 5 officers fired as sex scandal Royals, Tennessee Police Department. An investigation found the officers participated in Girls Gone Wild type sex parties, heavy drinking and sex while on duty. 3 officers suspended without pay. A Tennessee Police Department was in turmoil Tuesday following allegations that at least 5 of the male officers had sex with a female officer both on and off the job. So far, 5 officers have been fired and 3 more have been suspended. Literally, as we speak, there are more officers being let go because they had sex with this woman too. It's like she fucked a lot of guys at this department, and all these guys are fucking her. They're no different than her. 3 more have been suspended without pay as officials in the Nashville suburb of Laverne investigate the allegations against the 60-person police department. Mayor Jason Cole said, "This situation is unacceptable, and as soon as it was brought to our attention, it was immediately investigated and action was taken upon individuals involved." Cole said in the statement, "Our top priority is moving forward will include rebuilding the public's trust." And yeah. Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. You guys are sucking each other's cocks. I don't know.
Yeah.
The accounts of the Laverne police officers were in an internal report about the department's investigations obtained by NBC affiliate of Nashville. The officers spoke about sharing cell phone photos of their genitals, having sex in the police station on duty.
Getting her back blown out in the police station?
Yes.
That's crazy.
In the police station on duty and taking part in Girls Gone Wild type activities. That the actions of a few do not, this is what it says in quote, "The actions of a few do not represent the department as a whole," Police Chief Burrows Chip said. Okay, let me say this.
There's only 60 employees there.
Yeah.
If 10 of them get fired.
The girl's name that was literally fucking all these guys, her name was Maegen Hall. Okay. And Maegen Hall was literally, they showed some of the text messages, and she was just vulgar messages. Like, she was fucking black guys, white guys, man, she's fucking everybody. But she was telling one of the officers, like, "I love your big black cock" and shit. And this was the type of messages she was sending, right? And not only this ain't it. Even the officers' wives were involved in the sex orgy. The officers that she was fucking, even their wives got involved. Think about that. And now here's the thing that's crazy, and some people will disagree with what I'm about to say, but all the story came out, and the girl Maegen Hall, her husband came out and said, "I support my wife. I'm going to stand by my wife." I think that guy is a cuck, man. I think her husband is a cuck, and he probably was in the corner jacking off watching all this shit.
Yeah, probably so.
There's no way in hell that you could stand by a woman that smashes like half the fucking department. And you know how they have these things they say about the police? And I'm not here to say that most police are bad or good, but they're all 100% human. Mm-hmm. And I think that this whole one bad apple thing, I think this literally explodes that narrative. Mm-hmm. Because there were multiple cops involved in fucking each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, if all these cops are partaking in this wild ass shit, then this would give you an idea of how many officers in different departments do wild shit just like this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if somebody was like, you can tell when somebody's too pro cop, like they're too pro police when they say things like, wow, why does this doesn't have anything to do with protecting and serving. You guys are just trying to blow things out of proportion. I'm thinking like, lady, are you okay with the cops fucking each other in the police station? What if they got an important call?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that they get an important call and then she goes out to the residence and she still got cum on her face? Like, hey, get on the ground. and the criminal is like, hey, I think you got cum on you. He's like, get on the ground now.
Yeah.
And she just standing there with dried up cum on her uniform.
Nut all over her face.
And she trying to tell people that they need to get on the ground.
Yeah. How you going to give me a speeding ticket? You got cum all over your face.
Get on the ground and pull out your cock now.
That's wild. The only way you're getting out of this ticket is if you blow my back out.
I know what you did. That's a double homicide. The only way you're getting out of this is anal.
That's a double homicide. The only way you're getting out of this is double penetration.
Oh my God. Oh man. That's
crazy.
wild, man.
Yeah.
I've seen some really attractive Bakersfield police officers, some women, and I'm thinking like, man, I know they got to be dating some of the officers in that department. Because you got to realize a police officer has a job. You can't just date a whole bunch of regular people. Mm-hmm. You kind of got to pick and choose.
Yeah, how do you meet people as a police officer?
There's certain places that cops meet. There's certain places that firemen meet. There's certain places there's certain bars that are well known. Like there's certain firehouses in New York where they go to like these bars, but it's mainly firemen and women show up to those places. Even in Bakersfield, they got women out here. They call them badge bunnies. Like they literally date sheriffs.
Like Badge Bunny, like the singer?
No, that's Bad Bunny, sir.
Oh, okay.
They got women out here that date cops and they date fucking sheriffs and like that's what they date highway patrolmen. Like that's what they date.
Yeah.
And they know where to go to find these officers.
Yeah. I wonder where they be hanging out.
They be hanging out, man. They be hanging out.
There'd be a lot of like you catching off-duty cops like in certain spots. So
yeah,
like you see it because crime happens around them and they just pull out their gun and shoot people. But you know, like it's been certain situations where there would be like a shooting downtown and an off-duty officer, like, you know, help the situation on some capacity. But yeah, this situation is I think that it reminds me of like church in a sense, like when you see like the pastor is sleeping with the congregation or the deacon is doing something like this is kind of those things where it's like we talked about it before, but you need to have a certain, I wouldn't call it morals, but you need to have a certain level of discipline when you have a certain role.
And
or
maturity.
A certain level of maturity. Because I think all of this stuff is outside. I don't know what the rules are in terms of that job or if you can fraternize with your employees or whatever. But doing all of this on duty in the police, in the actual office, is just... It just doesn't make sense. And I think that, you know, kind of to what you were getting at, it's like, these are the people that are supposed to protect and serve.
Right.
She protecting and giving head. And it doesn't really.
What is she protecting?
I mean, I'm sure she does her job in some capacity.
Nah, she wasn't protect and serve. She was giving neck and slurped.
Neck protect. That's crazy. But the girl's not that. She don't look that. But she's like
a proximity attractiveness.
She looks just good enough to get tossed around in the police department. Because you know how it is. Like in high school, the girl that everybody said they got head from is the one that just looks just good enough to, you know, to get head from get head from her.
Okay, here it is. Hall reportedly claimed to be in an open marriage. Like I said, her husband was a cuck. In an open marriage and allegedly agreed to have a threesome with the Magliocos despite her husband's objections. Magliocco also claimed that Hall bragged about Powell's big black dick and that Powell performed an sex act on him while on duty. What? Another guy did? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Powell initially denied having sexual contact with Hall, but later admitted to the affair. Hall initially denied the sexual relationships with Powell and Magliocco, but eventually confessed and also admitted to having sex with Lugo at the motel. According to the sources, 2 additional officers, Patrick Magliocco and Larry Holliday, who was accused of having affairs with Hall, kept their jobs but were ultimately suspended. The internal investigation also discovered that Hall and many of male officers had exchanged pornographic texts and pictures of themselves. This type of behavior.
What is a pornographic text?
Like fucking dicks and balls and pussy and shit.
I got you.
Come on, man. What do you think it is? This type of
But
behavior.
I'm saying that would, to me, pornographic text.
Like sharing porn?
No, I thought they just meant like texting nasty stuff. But I didn't know they meant like sending pictures and videos.
Yeah, this type of behavior is considered sexual harassment as it can lead to a hostile work environment for other employees. I got to push back on that. When it is symbiotic, it's
everybody getting some. What's the hostility?
That's not it's not harassment.
If I'm getting some when on her off day and he getting some when she's working.
Not even that though. I'm talking about the text. When they're reciprocating, when you are two. It don't matter if you're cheating. If it's 2 adults and they're reciprocating the same sexual text, that's not harassment.
No, it said a hostile work environment.
Yeah, but it also said this type of behavior is considered sexual harassment.
Oh, no, it ain't.
As it can lead to a hostile work environment for the other employees.
Yeah, where's the sexual harassment?
The only thing the other employees that get a hostile about is that they ain't getting the pussy too. They're like, man, I wanted some too.
Yeah, it just ain't enough pussy to go around. She not hauling her pussy around.
It was almost my turn, man.
Man, what's his name? Deshante Powell? Officer Powell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just fucking so many of these guys. It's bad. Maegen Hall was terminated from their positions. Yeah, not all positions. Due to their involvement in multiple workplace affairs.
Missionary, doggy style.
Man. They really did an internal investigation. They should.
Eddie been saying this for the longest, but some of y'all just need to do OnlyFans.
You might as well.
Stop playing. And that's the most disappointing thing for me is when like the Frontier teacher or a girl like this, when these people get fired for doing like sexual stuff on the job, for doing, just being, I don't know. I think to me, it sounds like she got fired primarily for doing the sexual stuff on the clock and in the police office. Use that momentum and start an OnlyFans.
You might as well. If you're gonna be known for doing something this wild at your job, you might as well. She might as well just go to OnlyFans.
Just embrace it, man. Like find the, especially like the the black
the black porn.
Yeah, exactly. You go in there, you'll have the most popular video ever.
It's like ex-cop gets cock.
Police gets pole.
Yeah, when you signed up to be a cop, not a cock. Nah, but the thing about it, man, is this, though. I think that people will sign up for things that don't match their maturity level. Mm-hmm. When you want to be a boyfriend, husband, whatever, there's a certain amount of respect you should have for your lady, right? You shouldn't treat her a certain way. You shouldn't yell and scream at her or treat her bad or cheat on her because that's the woman you chose. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain maturity that you need to have as a man when you have a woman that you care about, and vice versa for a woman. When you become a cop, there's a certain amount of integrity that you should have. You shouldn't be doing wild shit outside your job. Mm-hmm. This is another thing too. Whether pastor or whatever, we already talked about this. I personally think that your job should be able to fire you for what you post on social media. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think they should, and here's why. If you're a school teacher and you twerking, right? And you twerking and you wearing a G-string and your nipples are showing through your shirt and you a 4th grade teacher, would you want that woman around your kids? Mm-mm. And here goes another one. Some people say, oh, wow, like it doesn't matter what we do on social media. It doesn't matter. let's switch this around to really, really strike a nerve in people. Imagine you got a daughter in the 4th grade, and her teacher is doing OnlyFans, and he got his dick out all over the internet. Would you want that motherfucker around your daughter? No, you wouldn't, would you? But I had to use a man as an example to get a rise. I think it's become too socially acceptable for women to always have their titties and ass out. No one bats an eye because it's considered socially acceptable. But if a man had his dick all out, you would not want your daughter in his motherfucking classroom. You would not want your daughter in that classroom with that man, period.
Yeah.
So I think there's a certain amount of professionalism that you should have. If you want to be a freak and you want to be half naked, that's cool. But don't put it on social media.
Yeah.
Like if you having sex parties and all of that, that's your business. Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's your business. But they fucking on police grounds. That's not okay.
That's wild.
So literally you do realize that police officers are public servants, right? Mm-hmm. And you realize that they use taxpayer money to pay these officers.
Yeah.
So I'm paying you to fuck. No, I'm not paying you to fuck each other. How about you go get a cat from a tree or something?
I'm paying you to stop crime.
Yeah, stop crime. You know, save a kitten from a fucking high tree or some shit. You know, but instead of saving the wrong pussy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting a pussy that's in the tree, you're getting a pussy that's in the police department. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right.
What's her name?
Maegen Hall.
Maegen Hall, yeah.
Her name should be Megan Wall. Megan Walls.
Megan Walls.
That's fucking insane, man. Like this is viral too. It's all over TikTok. They're talking about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Megan Hall.
Yeah, I don't have any problem. I don't have a problem with anyone exercising their sexual, whatever. But the thing about it is when you have a certain type of job or you do a certain type of thing, you need to understand, man, that there's a certain level of maturity and behaviors that are in conjunction with that. Like if you're in the NFL and you getting DUIs and running into people and shit, you're gonna get suspended or you're going
to throw you away.
Huh?
So throw that person away.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. People act like as a truck driver, I can't be an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm getting at? So for all you people out there, and trust me, I know some girls that straight up freaks that are teachers, right? And some of the shit that be posting online, I'm like, yo, maybe you shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Maybe you shouldn't have a video of you in a G-string twerking in Las Vegas. Just maybe. Maybe you shouldn't, because the job you chose really doesn't, like if you worked at T-Mobile, I wouldn't have nothing to tell you. Mm-hmm. Right? You worked at T-Mobile, you're just dealing with phones and customers. Mm-hmm. But when you're dealing with 4th grade kids and you get on social media and your G-string out and you twerking and your titties is hanging out, or if you're a dude with your shirt always off and you pulling your meat out,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I had something to say, but I completely forgot.
Yeah, when you started repeating that same shit, yeah. I knew
no, we was going back. It was playing volleyball right
Yeah,
now.
I knew. I was just trying to give you a chance to get your shit together, man. This nigga's brain.
I had a good point, but I didn't want to interrupt your thing, but yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Mm-hmm. You know how a judge is responsible for making a final call on a sentence. Mm-hmm. Let's say a judge gave, people 20, 30-year sentences, 15 years, 50 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then you find out that judge was involved in child pornography. Mm-hmm. What would be your viewpoint on that judge now? I would want every motherfucking case reviewed. If I knew that judge was involved in some disgusting shit like that, I want every case of every inmate that he put in prison, I want them all reviewed. Mm. You see what I'm getting at now? Like your integrity has to match your job.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then you need to get fired. And if you're a judge, we got to look over all these people you done thrown in jail.
Yeah. I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say, I wonder what the origin story of her sexcapade was. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just
college.
Like how you see like these different movies where it's like pedophilia, or like the teacher sleeping with the kid or whatever like that, and it all starts with the kid staying after school because he got a bad grade.
It's
or
only
something
acceptable
like
when it's a boy, though.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's not the point I'm making. But I'm saying like it just starts with that eye contact in school. But I wonder for her, what was it like? She was just on beat with Officer Pal, and they just riding around, and they were like, dang, that's a nice motel right there. And then all of a sudden they like, I don't know.
The point I was trying to make in between that was I don't think women get the same energy for being pedophiles as men. When a young boy is like 14 and he's fucking a woman that's 28, it don't get the same energy. It was a movie that came out literally, I think it was on Lifetime, and it was describing that lady. I forgot her name. It's not Mary Kay Letourneau, is it?
Yeah.
It's Miss okay.
It was just talking about that. My aunt's graduated with the guy. Or graduated college with
him. Okay. Well, he was fucking a grown woman, right? But in the Lifetime movie, they almost try to like spin it as like almost like a love story, right? You could never.
It was a love story,
but you could never get away with it with a grown man fucking a young girl. You could never get away with even putting that on TV. You wouldn't even be able to put that on because you can't even name a film, and it's a bunch of women that are fucking teenage boys, a bunch. But when the man do it, and I'm not trying to have like we stand up for no pedophiles. I'm just saying a pedophile is a pedophile. That's it, and it's like.
Yeah, I don't know if is there a movie like that?
No.
The older guy and the.
It's a movie. It's a movie though. I forgot what it's called, but it's a movie that got what's that girl? Zendaya is in the movie or in that show. What's that show she was on recently? I guess it's a story of a teenage girl. Euphoria. I think on that show it's a story of a young girl that's fucking some grown dude.
Yeah. She's it's a trans woman. So it's kind of she's young. I think she's yeah, but that's not really like that's
not the equivalent.
The story. Yeah, it's not as the same as like the Mary Kay Letourneau thing. Yeah, it's not really a story like that. Only like I think the Charlie Chaplin story has a little bit of that in there, but
he's
not
a fucking weirdo.
My bad, but not really as a focal point. But yeah, I think I don't know if there's a movie like that where there's a guy that is sleeping with like his class, and there's so many stories like out there like that. But yeah, they definitely made that a love story.
Charlie Chaplin was a pedophile in black and white with no sound.
That's crazy.
I think it was like.
Stop. Not too much.
What was the songs they had back? Hello, my lady. Hello, my honey. Hello, my bright time girl. Are you 12? Come over here.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Charlie Chaplin has a new girlfriend. Read all about it. Back in the day, back bro. They showed a movie, bro. They showed a movie back in the way back in the day. It was this little girl. I forgot what. She was a huge movie star back in the day. And she was young. And I seen this on TikTok. And they literally sexualized a little girl in the movie where they had her like giving sailors kisses. And the sailors were like, oh, wow, look at her or whatever. And it was just so weird.
Yeah, it do be some weird stuff like that. Like I've seen
fuck?
I haven't seen that, but you do see certain like things like back in the day. You be like, yo, this they let this rock? Like, they let this be on TV?
Yeah, it's some shit that was socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Movies, you see a movie, everybody smoking inside the diner. Everybody smoking in there.
I watched the pilot episode of MASH, and I was watching and I was like, oh, the show is like well written and stuff. I was just like kind of watching it just to, as a practice of just watching more TV and film and stuff like that. And it was like very like very misogynistic in a sense. Slapping women on the ass and making sexual jokes and stuff like that, and like being very aggressive. And to me, when I watched, I was like, it's not that bad, but I'm like, they could not do this in 2023. No way.
Yeah, MASH. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, MASH was that's a massive show. It's probably one of the top white shows of all time, bro.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That and I used to love Cheers.
Cheers is up there.
Cheers and fucking Norm was in there. Mm-hmm. Norm and Ted Danson was in there. Mm-hmm. Great show, man. That was a great show. Mm-hmm. Cheers was on like in the 80s, in like the early 80s all the way to 90 something.
Yeah.
Great show. That's another show you should watch too.
Cheers.
Yeah, there's certain movies I think that you as a filmmaker, you should watch to see what you get out of them, like shows or movies. I think you should watch The Breakfast Club too.
I was actually, we talked about it before, but I seen it on I think it was on Hulu. So I was gonna.
Did you watch it yet? You watched it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. No.
Yeah, you and your girls, check it out, man.
Yeah, I was gonna watch. My writing mentor, he's been telling me to watch all kind of stuff. So I've been. What movie did I watch recently that I had never seen? I don't know, but yeah, I just been trying to like. Whether I could be like drawing or something like that, or just working on certain things that don't require my full attention, and then editing or something like that. I may pull up a movie and whatnot.
Yeah, that'd be cool to watch, man. You know, some of these old movies are good. The Lost Boys is a good one. That's an old like vampire movie in the 80s. Weird Science was all right. It wasn't all that great. It was all right.
You know what movie I watched the other day? Is Training Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, man, Denzel was that nigga. Like, just his presence in that movie, I'm just like, man, I could see why. Obviously, I knew he was a great actor, but like, you know, when you really like study it and be like, dang, like this is why people kind of herald him as one of the best of all time. And then that whole last scene, King Kong ain't got nothing on me, all that, like, you know, you're gonna be playing basketball.
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Yeah, all that whole thing, that was all improv. He just said that, and then they did one take, and then that was the end of the end of that thing. So
that's dope. Sometimes you can have a script, but like if the shit that you improv, if that shit sound better, I'm gonna like keep all of that shit. Keep all of it.
And like especially like very emotional scenes like that, he can't. You can't do 4 or 5 takes of that. You got to get it on the first 1 or 2, and then just turn it into the movie.
Yeah, because you can tell when it's high level acting. I've seen some acting so good, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
You ever seen some acting so good in a movie after they leave, or like after they go to the next scene? I've been in the theater before, and I forgot what movie I was watching, and that happened. I was just like, and then everybody was like, woo.
What? The last time I've seen something like that might have been like Viola Davis in Fences. Like there's a scene where she just like the beautiful thing about acting is like is me being like a filmmaker, and you know I act myself, just when I see people get lost in it, like when I could tell they're not Viola Davis no more. Like at that scene, that's not Denzel Washington. Nah. That's not, the person that like.
That's the character.
Yeah, calm, mild mannered, quiet, chill, all these things. That's
Wasn't she in Raisin in the Sun?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
She did a good. I was like, I've given everything up for you, everything. And it was another scene with Denzel, and he was like, "You think I have to like you to be your father?"
Oh, that's Fences, not
that's Fences?
Raisin in the Sun. Yeah, Raisin in the Sun. That's with like P Diddy and
no. P Diddy did a like a Broadway remake.
Oh, he did the Broadway version.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, not the. That's Fences though. That I think you're talking about.
Okay.
Denzel Washington and Viola Davis.
Let me look up Raisin in the Sun. Raisin.
I've been standing with you. That's what she said.
Oh, that's
and
Fences.
her freaking snot just rolling out of her nose and stuff.
That shit was fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to see the original. Like one of them is a book, obviously. Okay, the remake is with P. Diddy in it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, okay. The original Raisin in the Sun is Sidney Poitier.
Okay.
Yeah, I say it here, 1961.
I gotta look at some of his movies.
Yeah, I would.
Because people like, he's obviously like heralded as one of the best actors of all time, and especially like one of the best black actors of all time. But I haven't really watched a movie that he was in.
Oh, he's been in so many. I can't even name. I've seen so many of his movies. Great actor, ahead of his time. He was the original Denzel.
Yeah.
There's only been a few Denzel type actors. I feel like there was Sidney Poitier, and then after Sidney Poitier was Denzel, and now the guy that is taking on that role is, believe it or not, is Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is that type of guy now.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Like, why would you? What does that mean? That type of guy? Like,
he's that type of guy because of the roles he's taking.
Okay.
Right? So he was in Black Panther. That's one of those like almost like black films. Then he was in another movie where he was a lawyer for exonerating black inmates. I forgot what that movie's called. Then he was in Creed is a great movie. He's I think they're making a third one right now.
I think I gotta see him. I need to see it. I need to see a pure drama. Like,
you already seen it.
No.
Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, that's like early stuff though. That's like Denzel did what he did, the military movie. What's the one with the tear rolling down his face?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, where he was fighting for the North or some shit.
Yeah. That's like that, like,
escaped slave.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that's like early Denzel, where he was still I think he won an Oscar for that, but he was still like young. But I'm saying like for Michael B. Jordan, he got like, he needs a Training Day or a Ray or one of those things where he could really, because I think in my opinion he's a great actor, because I was just watching like his performance in Black Panther, and like his presence on the film was like you just know he's there, like, and that's kind of what I look for somebody, like, who they are just by walking.
Yeah.
And it's like that one movie. What's the Black Cowboy movie that Jay-Z produced? It had like,
I know what you're talking about. It had fucking Idris Elba in it.
Yeah. So when Idris Elba walks into the thing, it just like you could feel it. You know what I mean? So that's the type of thing that I'm talking about. So I just, after Creed, obviously Creed is going to do numbers, and it seems like it. And the other guy in Creed, I forget his name, but he's a great actor too. He's been in all kind of, his range is crazy. Like,
another really great actor that doesn't get a lot of credit is Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a really good actor. He's been in a lot of films. Yep. But there's that. I don't know how we get there, man. This whole conversation started with dick sucking cops.
Training Day, dick sucking cops.
It's Training Day. Trying to get a promotion on the first day with head? God damn. All right, switching gears. DeMar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was a drop off in the voice.
Nah, you good.
All right, awesome. DeMar Hamlin obviously recently had that issue where he had cardiac arrest on the field. He is now in better health, but while he was in the hospital, he ended up picking up some trademarks. Bills defensive back DeMar Hamlin applies to trademark 2 phrases. Buffalo Bills safety DeMar Hamlin is looking to secure ownership over a pair of phrases that became famous in the days following his on-field health scare. Buffalo Bills safety DeMar Hamlin was officially released from Buffalo General Medical Center on Wednesday as he continues on the road to recovery just 9 days after suffering from cardiac arrest in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. But as Hamlin begins to rehab, he's also looking to secure ownership over a few of the phrases that became famous across the country as he began to recover. Hamlin is applying for 2 trademarks on the phrases "Did we win?" and 3 is back per reports Wednesday from TMZ. Per Hamlin's trademark application, he intends to use the potentially trademarked phrases on shirts, clothing, hats, jackets, and more. He also plans to use these phrases for motivational and educational speakers in the field of self and personal improvement and healthcare services in the nature of athletic training. This is why this is a genius idea from DeMar Hamlin. I don't know what business manager or somebody did this or put him up to this, but DeMar Hamlin may never play football again. He didn't have a massive contract. He was a backup. He was not a starter initially.
He got hurt on special teams, right?
No, he got hurt during the game making a tackle.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a kickoff return or something like that.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it was. But I think during that play, I don't know. Anyways, I think it was a smart move because when you don't have a guaranteed contract worth a lot of money and it's not that lucrative, and you do go to the hospital, it's a bunch of people wearing 3 hats. It's a bunch of people wearing 3 sweaters. It's a bunch of people using your likeness, right? Your likeness, posting pictures of you, all of those things. If you don't monetize any of that, you're a fool.
Yeah.
You know, and now what can happen is NFL teams will be like, hey, you know what? Due to liability purposes, we may not ever see Damar Hamlin on any NFL field again. I don't want to be the team that he fucking dies on the field. You know, there's going to be a lot of teams that may not pick him up in free agency, or, you know, they may say, hey, you need to go through these stress tests. We need to see your heart, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to be an organization that allows Damar Hamlin to play and then he fucking dies.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's going to look at you like, oh, my God, I can't believe they allowed him to play. Like, you can't win. If you're an organization, well, they're not letting him play, and that's wrong. He has to make a living. Or you let him play and he died because you're selfish. The smartest thing to do, in my opinion, if I'm a huge organization, is make him a part of the NFL as an affiliate, like as a motivational speaker or somebody who is a paid partner. Or like an ambassador of some sort, right? Keep him on the payroll and don't allow him to play on any NFL team. I would not allow Damar Hamlin to play. And I definitely would not allow Tua Vailoa to play ever again.
Yeah, Tua need to sit down somewhere. Yeah, for sure. As far as Damar, I genuinely think he's going to play football again. I think honestly that's going to be part of his story, how he, you know, dang near died on the field and then he made this comeback after rehabbing and working his way to get back onto the field. And I don't know. I don't really have, it's hard to say, just me knowing football players, me knowing guys like Terrell Owens, like nigga broke his leg. 3 weeks later, he playing in the Super Bowl.
It wasn't 3 weeks.
How long was it?
It was lower than that.
It wasn't that long. They were in the playoffs when he got hurt, or it was like at the end of the season.
It's towards the end of the season, but it wasn't that close.
It wasn't that long. However long it was, he still had pins, and you know, it was an injury that he could have been out for a whole season.
Yep.
But that, you know, just like that's just the nature of an athlete. Like they'll do anything to get back on the football field. So I don't know. I don't know if he is going to play again. He still seems to be like engaged with the team and stuff like that. I'm sure they're playing for him in some capacity. But I think it is pretty smart, you know, just setting up yourself outside of football, you know, just being able to monetize, you know, your likeness. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, and just the attention he got, like, you know, and it sucks that the attention he got was because he, you know, went into cardiac arrest instead of just for his play. But, you know, sometimes you gotta take it how it comes. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, we didn't have a clip go mini viral or whatever
Maegen
the case may be.
About that.
What?
Megan Hall knows all about that. You got to take it as they come. She's taking all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what. But like, that is a joke. But at the same time, like, Damar Hamlin is doing what all these other hoes should be doing. Megan Hall, what trademarks do you got? Dang, that's crazy. But
she don't got trademarks. She got Trey Cox.
That's crazy. But yeah, I just think like it's just smart, like, you know, to be able to make money off of like that. The first thing you said when you woke up is, "Did we win?" And having the wherewithal, whether, like you said, whether it was a business partner, a manager, or somebody to get that signed off. And I don't know, like they were saying, like they did it basically while he was still he still unconscious?
No, he wasn't unconscious because he said, "Did we win?" when he came to.
Oh yeah, you're right. So he had to be up, obviously.
But still, I don't think it's fully him because your cognitive ability isn't like that. that when you've been down for that long, your cognitive ability is not like, let me get a trademark.
Let me sign this, whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
it's basically you're trying to get your stuff back, but it had to be his agent or somebody else that kind of influenced the idea, which I think is very helpful for a guy that's trying to make his money. Like even NFL players like freaking Telenor Hofunga, he sells his own shirts. Have you seen him? He has a website and it's only his likeness.
Cool. Yeah.
It just got like a bunch of like
That's easy money.
because he's Tongan, so he has a bunch of like Tongan like tribal stuff on the shirts and whatnot, and it's his likeness.
Yeah.
He could sell it as long as it don't say 49ers on it.
Yeah, for sure. Make your money.
Fucking Julian Edelman. He's been doing it for a while. Julian Edelman has a whole line of clothes. Have you seen it? Oh yeah, Julian Edelman. He's got a bunch of shit. It's pretty nice too.
Yeah, these guys are. I mean, that's the way to do it. That's just extra. That's extra. That pay your car note or something like that. Sure, they not doing.
It's more than that, bro. When you an NFL player, and you were part of that franchise for that long, there are people buying it. It's called JE2, but it says Foxborough Forever. And he's got like a bunch of different shit on there. C product. You click on it. It's got the shirt. It's $29. It's got a picture of Tom Brady's face with the freaking Patriot hat on. It's selling it for $30. I bet you Tom is like, dude, I don't care. Go ahead, bro. I don't care. That's fucking so dope. He's got some cool hats too. Let me click on that. Headwear. He got a JE2 hat. It's not that expensive, but it looks nice though. Too. Yeah, Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
See that? Look at that. It's nice embroidery.
Yeah, that's easy money for them. What is he doing now?
He's just doing like commentating for like NFL Network.
Oh, okay. That's a good gig.
Yeah, he's still making money. But like this shit here, this shit sells, man. This shit sells. You're doing this shit on the side. Like NFL players, bro, once you stop making that NFL money, that shit could dry up real fucking quick, man.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Jay Rice is another one. He doesn't have like the GOAT.
Yeah. He got a drink called Goat Fuel. So I think that's pretty cool to do that. And you have to keep your brand alive, man. You gotta have to do something lucrative. Like with us, even we have merch. We have hats. I'm wearing
merch, man.
I'm wearing one right now. You guys can head over to the website, man. Go to truckersmind.com.
Yeah.
And check out what we got there, man. We got some nicely embroidered hats.
Yeah, support us because ain't nobody bought no hat yet.
No. That's okay. It's a slow game. Eventually, they will see the value of this content, and that's when we will not be able to keep hats because they're going to keep selling out.
They'll be running off the shelf.
You just, like, as a content creator, though, you have to have the foresight to say, hey, I'm valuable. I'm important. People care what I have to say. They give a fuck. Eventually, somebody's going to buy something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be ready when that day comes.
And that's facts.
And that's all it is, man. And I think that with DeMar Hamlin, it's the same shit. Also, you don't want somebody to be making money off of something that came from your likeness. Like we say switching gears on this podcast to transition between topics. Imagine if a motherfucker created a podcast and trademarked switching gears. We've been doing this shit almost 5 years. And the fact that somebody else could get paid off of using that would just make me fucking fume.
I want to talk to like a trademark lawyer or even like the Earn Your Leisure guys because they have a bunch of trademarks and stuff. I just want to see like what the value is in it. I know from an outside standpoint, but I just really want to like literally see what the numbers are, see the value in trademarking certain logos before other people could get their hands on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there's that on that, man. Just try to just be quick to the punch.
Yeah.
You know, when some shit happens and you can capitalize on it, it's not corny and you're not trying to get over on people. I think that you're getting what's rightfully yours. If you woke up from a coma and you see everybody wearing a fucking 3 hat and you're like, I haven't gotten $1 off this shit.
I wonder.
Imagine if I did.
I'm curious to know how that interferes with like Chance the Rapper. Because, you know, he has that 3 hat. Obviously, it's a different logo, but, you know, just curious how that plays in the trademark world.
I don't think it plays anything because the number 3 is the number 3.
Yeah.
And no one can own the number 3.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's a hat with a 3 on it. It's just, you know.
Maybe that style of 3 is trademarked. You know? If that's a custom 3, if that's like a customized 3, then no one can use that. Right?
I think it might be a case, though. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, like, they you can he definitely trademarking the logo, not the 3, but it's probably when they do the trademark, it might be a hat with the 3 on it or a clothing line with the 3 on it. So
yeah,
I don't know. And you don't it happens like remember WWF, like they had to change. They had to change it to WWE because WWF was the World Wildlife Federation or something.
Not
like
World
that.
Wildlife. It's World Wrestling Federation, Keith. God
no, damn it. You're not listening. With the
I know what you mean. It was the same. It was comparable to another federation or something.
Yeah, the World Wildlife. It was like the World Wildlife Federation, and then they changed it to WWE
I got
because it was the same. Because they had to change it because it was 2 WWFs.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Now it's World Wrestling Entertainment. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I remember when it was WWF, man.
Yeah,
that was.
It might have been better then.
Yeah, it was better. That's back in the day. I wouldn't even like after. It was a certain era where I was watching wrestling. I wasn't like a super fan, but I was like privy to it.
Yeah,
it was back in the days with Booker T and motherfucking
Booker T.
Stone Cold.
Remember he said nigga. What did he say? Nigga on live TV.
He said you gonna go, nigga. And then he was like, oh, he couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe he said nigga on TV.
Yeah, but Booker T, and I think Stone Cold were in Bakersfield at the Green Frog Market.
Yeah, at the Green Frog.
It might have been Stone Cold, I think. I could be wrong. But it's Booker T fighting somebody in Green Frog Market, knocking all the shit over it. Like it's an old viral video. I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
That was so dope.
That's a Dollar General now. That's sad.
Yeah, no, yeah. Green Frog Market, man. That's a legendary old staple in Bakersfield, man. Ain't no more Green Frogs no more.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like what was crazy is they were like the stereotypes were wild. Like they made sure that if like Eddie Guerrero, he had to be like extra Mexican, or like Booker T had to be extra black. Like, you know what, sucker?
Yeah, like a throwback nigga.
Yeah.
He was a Negro.
Look here, sucker. I'll grab you by your throat and slam you. and then Eddie Guerrero, then they come out to a song. They be like, "Viva la raza." They lied. They cheat. They steal. That was literally the song.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah. It's playing into those.
They're playing into it.
Stereotypes.
And Eddie Guerrero used to drive out there in a lowrider. And Kurt Angle hopped in his lowrider one time. And then this is where, even as a young man, like a young kid, when I seen it, I was like, come on. He was like, "Get out of my lowrider, SA." And then Kurt Angle was like, "No, SA."
He said that?
Yeah, I'm like,
he said no SA?
This shit racist as a motherfucker.
They had, that was like, finding out wrestling was fake was like the most that was like worse than your first breakup as a kid.
They got to stomp their foot every time they punch somebody.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I know this shit is rigged like a motherfucker.
Nah, for the longest time, I was like conflicted. Like, man, no, it ain't fake. Look, they really bleeding right here.
Remember when Stone Cold would start talking? He'd be like, "Let me get a hell yeah." And then like sometimes he'd talk like, "I know for a fact, what? Then if I come out here, what?" Like the fans would be like, "What?"
Stone Cold got I think he got a podcast now.
I think so.
Yeah, he have a bunch of like older wrestlers on there and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was on some reality show for a minute. Stone Cold is really a hardcore motherfucker though. Like he ain't no just some wrestler fake personality. He really a hardcore dude, bro.
He had a viral video talking about how he became Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What do you mean?
Because I think the video is basically saying like part of his name was that like it kind of like said something about his hair. I forgot what it was. Like Goldilocks. And I'm just throwing it out there, but like Goldilocks or something like that. And then he went up to like Vince McMahon or something. He was like, "Yo, like I'm thinning up here." And then he shaved his head, and then that's how he became Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I have to, if I find a video, I'll send it to you.
Oh, that's dope. Now, me and my dad met Goldberg.
Yeah,
Goldberg is fucking huge, but he was in he wasn't in WWF. He was in, what the fuck was it called back then? People are gonna be pissed if I don't figure this out. They're gonna be on the podcast like, these niggas don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
It was almost like what Bellator is to
not
UFC.
It was some. Not WCW. Yeah,
WCW. I know some people was getting mad like, "Nigga, it's WCW, man."
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a bus that was in front of the Ralph's I don't know if you remember when Rouse was here.
Yeah.
Rouse
Was it on Stockdale Highway?
Yes, it was.
Why'd
Yes,
they
it
get
was.
rid of Ralph's?
I don't know. It was a great store. Really
Ralph's
great
was
store.
a good store.
Me and my dad went to Ralph's. It was during the summertime. I was about to be I think I was about to be a junior, and we went there late night to get some snacks or something. And my dad was like, "Who the fuck buses this out here?"
Y'all use food stamps?
Huh?
Did y'all use food stamps?
No, nigga. What that got to do with the story, motherfucker? Damn. God damn, Keith. What? Golly. Oh my God. This nigga really. Anyways, when we go in the Rouse and we see this tour bus out there and we're like, yo, whose bus is this? And then we seen like an MTV guy, like an MTV cameraman was inside the store. We was like, what the fuck? And my dad we walked by the aisle and we was like, that look like a fake Goldberg. And then we kind of walked back and my dad was like, hey man, is you Goldberg? He's like, yeah, man, how's it going? Goldberg is a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Goldberg's fucking neck muscles went to his ears, literally. And he was like, man, my dad was like, man, you a big dude. And my dad was a little taller than Goldberg, though. And then Goldberg shook my dad's hand. He shook my hand. But when he shook my dad's hand, he's like, man, my dad was like, man, you a big dude. He's like, nah, man, you're the big guy, man. You're out here with your son just getting some stuff, man. He's like, hey, man, you guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Like, he was almost in character.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, it's fucking Goldberg, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, Goldberg had a move he called the spear. And he played in the NFL.
Like football. It was like a football tackle, huh?
Yeah, he fucking tackle you. Boom. And even though it was fucking wrestling, that shit looked like it hurt.
Yeah, that definitely hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goldberg was a bad motherfucker, man. He played for the Rams. Yeah.
I got a picture with Goldberg on my Instagram somewhere.
Really? No way. Where'd you see him?
I went to CT Fletcher's gym.
Oh, that's right.
At the opening. That. Yeah, I went to the opening for CT Fletcher's gym and I don't know why Goldberg was there, but he was there. Yeah. He's a little older now, so he don't work out as much. It looked like, but he's still.
He probably backed off
the gear.
Probably backed off the gear a little bit.
Yeah,
because all those guys are taking gear, all of them. But freaking Stone Cold, man, he used to have those knee braces and shit.
Yeah,
he had some cut off jeans. He used to come in there smashing beers.
Yeah,
he was like the ultimate
mugs.
Stone Cold was like the ultimate badass white dude,
like the American wrestler, America's wrestler.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when Stone Cold came out, he had that music.
I think that they're going to do like a case study on what Vince McMahon, and I don't know who else was behind the scene, but what they created in terms of like just the characters, like Stone Cold, The Rock, Booker T.
You forgot about Rikishi, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rikishi.
Rikishi was fucking huge.
What's the guy's name? McFoley with the sock. What's his name?
Who?
He used to have a little sock.
It's not Axel Foley.
I don't remember. I wasn't the hugest wrestling fan,
but
I did watch it.
About Foley.
Kane, Undertaker, like these are like
Undertaker.
Iconic characters that people, and we would be like,
Big Show,
be kind of scared of Kane. You know what I mean? Scared of the Undertaker.
Big Show had that intro. Well,
yeah,
he was fucking huge. He's bigger than Shaq, dude.
Yeah,
fuck, Big Show, big motherfucker, man.
It's not. People still like it, which is crazy. But just back then, all those different characters.
Yeah, bro.
The Rock, even the people that, like you were saying, Kurt Angle earlier. All these people, Triple H, like all these people, man. It was just fucking legendary. So dope, man.
Back in like 2001, right in there, like 2000 to like 2002, 3. That's when like wrestling was at its all-time peak.
Yeah,
and
man.
Some people would argue like, no. Like the early 90s, like when they had fucking Razor Ramon and shit. Remember Razor Ramon and Macho Man Randy Savage?
I remember Macho. I don't know who Razor Ramon is.
Razor Ramon always had a toothpick in his mouth. But Randy Savage would be like, you gonna feel the wrath when I come down on you, and I'm gonna get my hands on you and slam you against the gate. You better watch your back when I come over here. Like, damn.
Yeah. They took it to, I think what generation is that? Like, whatever generation The Rock was in, that's when they started to like dive into like movies. Remember, they had like I think they had like a WWF production company for a little bit.
I don't know.
Where like some of the guys would, they would go into even what's the guy that's in Batista?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was that generation, the John Cenas and all these guys, they got into like a few action movies where, some of the wrestlers, they were playing like military guys and stuff.
Yeah. John Cena had that. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yo, John Cena had a rap album back in the day, and it was actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
He better than The Rock?
Oh, yeah, but much better than The Rock.
Who the best rapper wrestler?
John Cena.
John Cena?
John Cena actually could rap, dog. Mm-hmm. He actually could rap, dog. Mm-hmm. Go check out his album. I think he came out in like 2001 or 2.
It was just trying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. The Rock can't rap at all. He just sound like he talking. He did that song with Tech Nine. Mm-hmm. It's about drive. It's about power. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's about stare. It's about roids.
It's about shooting steroids in my ass.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Tech Nine is dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tech Nine is probably the most efficient, fast rapper ever.
Yeah.
People say, no, it's Twista. It's definitely Tech Nine.
I could definitely hear every word
Tech Nine
says.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tech Nine is like, I've seen one time he was just rapping like that for like a minute. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Twista, sometimes the words kind of blended in with each other.
Mm-hmm. Where's Tech Nine from? He's not from like Kansas City.
He's from Midwest. I think he's from Missouri or something. Kansas City, I think.
That's what I think.
Kansas City, Missouri, same shit. Twin Cities.
I think I was just saying that to say like, I wonder if because like Eminem is another person that like you could really understand the words. So I was just wondering if where he's from has something to do with that.
Yeah, Eminem now, the way he raps is just like, I don't know, man.
Just not feeling it?
Nah, not really, man. Yeah. Not really. That one album he had a while ago was pretty decent though. Mm-hmm. It was a song to be something to be murdered by, I think was the name of the album. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. It had Young M.A. on there, Juice WRLD and shit. It was a cool album. But But now when they get him on the track, he be like, I'm tired of spinning the ring in this pen in the center and the penicillin when you're mixing in the ceiling. Penis Serenus with Serenus Williams, the penis and Cenis and the meanest, some of the meanest penises. You be like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? And then people be like, he the GOAT, bro. He the best rapper ever. I'm like, bro, y'all need to chill. Not no more, nigga. You need to chill the fuck out. I think Eminem is dope, but like I feel like as black men, we never been able to relate to Eminem.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah, and I think that doesn't mean he's not dope. It's just like his stories.
Yeah,
like we lived in a trailer and my mom beat me for no reason. She put some seasoning on this roasted chicken. I was sleeping and tripping. Penicillin on the counter and sending them out or definitive founder.
Just chill out. I was not engaged.
It's like, all right, Eminem. Oh man,
who's your guy that does the Eminem impression?
Oh, Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia. Yeah.
I seen a video with Chris D'Elia today helping a dog on the side of the road in LA. It was like LA busy traffic, and he hopped out the car to help the dog, and he's like, I got to get this dog to safety. But if I was Chris D'Elia, I wouldn't be just hopping out the car like that. But because people are weird, they're like, oh my God, it's Chris D'Elia. But really, that's not true though. Everybody doesn't fucking know Chris D'Elia like that. People in LA got places to go. Yeah,
you can see it's a lot of like comedians, actors.
Used to it.
It could be a thing where it could be me and you riding by, and it'd be like an older wrestler, and I'd be like, "Who is that?" And you'd be like, "Oh, that's such and such." It's just like I feel like everybody is kind of like, unless you like OD famous, like a Michael Jackson or Kobe Bryant or Denzel Washington. Some people kind of like are just kind of famous in sections.
I seen LaMelo Ball in LA. I was coming back from Riverside. I seen him near Pasadena.
Yeah,
he was driving in what do you call those the Mercedes Benz? They look like big Jeeps. What do you call those? The
G-Wagon.
He was in the G-Wagon.
Yeah,
he was in the G-Wagon. I looked in there. I was like, that's fucking LaMelo Ball.
Some people, what I will say is, some people look famous. Like I seen Jadena, like I'm a classic man.
Yeah. That song go hard.
Yeah, I seen him just walking down the street. I was riding out there with one of my friends, and I just seen him walking down the street. I was like, oh, that's Jadena right there. But Not everybody's gonna notice him.
Jadena's a dope ass artist. He just don't get no credit for it, really.
Yeah,
He got hits. He got really good songs besides Classic Man. But sometimes I just turn that Classic Man. That shit go hard.
Yeah, that's a good message too. Yeah. I think, like I was saying, just famous people. They got they just well put together.
Yeah.
You know, they skin be glowing and stuff. They be floating across.
This be different.
L.A.
This be a little different. Mm-hmm. I've definitely seen some people. I was like, there's somebody. I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
but there's somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
some people just got that look. Like, damn, that person look famous. I seen a guy in church once. I was like, I couldn't point it out, but I was like, he looked famous. But what I realized, like, it's a couple people that I've seen that they just kind of got like a look. Yeah. And it's not necessarily that they're like attractive or anything, but it's just like they just got like a distinct look that, you know, just like, oh, you might have. They look similar to somebody that's famous or something like that. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about something, and I think this could really happen. For me, if I wanted to get into spaces in LA, I could get into them, and here's how I would do it. Mm-hmm. First of all, what need to happen is like, all I need to do is get a fucking. I'm a big guy, right? So if I'm in some type of nightclub situation or something like that, if you're around other big guys, they're just gonna automatically assume you play for the Rams. Mm-hmm. Like that's just how some people are, and the reason why I know that for a fact is the homie Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Calvin. We was at the strip club, and he was about to go in the off season to the Packers, to the training camp. Mm-hmm. And I guess some of the strippers got word that he was doing that. And then all of them came out and came over to us thinking like we was in the NFL too. Mm-hmm. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And I'm a big guy. I'm not like buff, but you could tell I lift weights, right? Yeah. So I'm a big guy. Daniel's a big guy. And there's a couple other dudes, and they probably just figured like, oh, these niggas offensive linemen or some shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I'm in LA, what could also get me into spaces is if I put a security shirt on. Mm-hmm. If I put on some black gloves and a security shirt and a black hat, and I walked into some spaces and I went up to probably, you know, somebody, I'd be like, hey man, I'm security here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to go to.
They're gonna let you in?
Yo, they'll let you in. Mm-hmm. There's been other guys who have infiltrated spaces and start networking just because they lied and said they were security.
Yeah, people be getting into, like, they be having whole vlogs on YouTube of people getting into the Super Bowl and all kind of stuff.
Getting into the movies, all kind of shit. This dude went with a couple of his friends. They went into the front door of a movie theater with a ladder. Mm-hmm. It was like 4 of them. They went in with this big ass ladder and they all carried it in there. And then they went and put the ladder in the back of the theater and watched the movie for free.
Damn.
And they said they've done this in theaters all over the place.
Yeah. I'm going to start using the Childish Gambino thing.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying I'm Childish Gambino and just walking into spaces.
That ain't going to work, man. That nigga's hairline is too fucked up.
Nah, it's like, I'm just saying on the video, it's like 50 people say
I
look
know.
like Childish
It's not
Gambino.
even original anymore. We get it. Keith has essences, or like, I guess the essence of Gambino.
You know who told me that? Slink Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So you look like a Childish Gambino nigga.
Did he pass?
Nah.
Oh, not him. If somebody else that passed.
That was Teddy Ray.
Teddy Ray. That's right. I'm
Teddy
tripping.
Ray. Yeah. Can't be killing people out here.
No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's a trip. All right, let's go ahead and close this thing out with this next one. Switching gears. We'll make this short. Get out of here. Where we at, man?
Oh, 148.
Yeah, we gave the people a pretty good podcast, man. Mm-hmm. So we go ahead and wrap this up. But switching gears, Gabrielle Union. She stated that she felt entitled to cheat on her ex because she was the breadwinner. Let me read this little article really quick. Gabrielle Union says she felt entitled to cheat during her first marriage. Gabrielle Union is opening up about infidelity in her first marriage. During a recent interview, Gabrielle Union spoke out her first relationship and marriage to a football athlete, Chris Howard. She expresses that she didn't feel guilty about cheating on the ball player. The two were married from 2001 to 2006, and Gabrielle says she would cheat on him because he cheated on her. I was like, oh, that's what you're doing? You're going to feel this one. The actress also expressed that she felt a sense of entitlement to cheat as she was seemingly the breadwinner in the relationship. I felt that that's what comes, the spoils of riches. Like my dad before me, whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want, is what I thought. Bro, that is the most toxic shit that I have heard in a long time. And I'll say this. it is toxic when a man does it, and it's toxic when a woman does it. When a man is the breadwinner of the household, and I've heard men say shit like, not exactly like this, but I've heard men say shit like this, but I've heard men say like, she better make my fucking sandwich right. I pay all the bills in the motherfucking house. She keep putting mayonnaise on my sandwich. I told my fucking stupid wife to stop putting mayonnaise on my goddamn sandwiches. Yeah. I pay all the fucking bills in the house. I'm thinking like, bro, that's still your lady, bro. You should not disrespect your wife like that.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I hear men speaking bad about their wife or their girl, I automatically don't trust you. Because if you talk about your wife like that, then you ain't got no love for nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's for me is one of the measures of a man. But I don't think you're entitled to feel that, oh, you better make my fucking sandwich. I pay all the bills. Like, are you doing these things from your heart? And if you're the breadwinner, it doesn't mean shit. It just means you got more money. That's it.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union literally says she felt entitled to cheat because she had more money. And I think that is fucking terrible. And the thing about it, too, is I noticed, and I've seen some women I kind of be like apologists for this. Like, you know what? Like, if she was the breadwinner, then I don't see a problem with it. I'm thinking like that's hypocritical because if you literally, I've heard women say like, I don't rely on no man because I don't want them trying to buy me and thinking that that they own me, so I'm independent, right? That's kind of the I guess the way that a lot of women will frame themselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of like, all right, man, whatever. I just think this is terrible though. Mm-hmm. There's no place for this in a healthy relationship. I feel like if I make way more money than my wife, girlfriend, I don't even think anything of it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too. If I make decent money, then I'm still not gonna pay every bill. She's gonna have to sock it to my pocket a little bit. Mm-hmm. Real talk. She's gonna have to pay something in that motherfucker. I'm not paying all the goddamn bills. Mm-hmm. Even if I make, even if in this society, even if you make $100K, 6 figures is not that much money. I'm not gonna be paying every motherfucking bill making $100K. That ain't happening. Mm-hmm. You gonna have to sock it to my pocket a little bit. But if I'm making $4 million a year, she's not gonna pay one bill in the house. Mm-hmm. That's just how I see it. When I make way more than enough, then I want to make your life a little bit easier. That's just my opinion, right? Especially if you're raising my kids. If I'm working hard and you at the house and you taking care of it, you holding the house down, I'm not gonna expect you to pay for anything.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I wonder how Jay-Z and Beyonce split up their bills.
Oh man, I don't even think they worry about that type of shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they both make so much money. It doesn't even matter where, is the lease coming out of is the mortgage coming out of my bank account or yours, whatever. But I think that one of the things that was overstepped in that whole conversation is like the he cheated on me, so I'm going to cheat on him or something like that. That I don't know. To me, that's kind of like weird. I think that I think a lot of women believe that that's going to like fulfill them in some capacity.
No, I don't think that. I think that they do it because they know it'll fuck our ego up.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing. What I'm saying is that they think in some capacity that it's going to make them feel good about, like getting back at them is going to make them feel better. And that's not really how it works. It's just two mad people in a relationship that doesn't really do anything. But I think that I hate the ego in terms of like, I get to do this or I get to treat someone like this because I make more money. I think that is just insane. That's a very terrible way to be in a romantic relationship. I think that, and it because it she's saying that she can cheat because of it, but it plays out across the board. I'm sure she disrespectful to him walking around the house like, nigga, pick up your like, why you sitting around the house, whatever the case may be. But I just think that because like you were saying earlier, the only thing that her making more money means is that she makes more money. And the thing about it is Gabrielle Union is an extremely successful actress, like, top 1% actress. She's had her own TV shows and been in all kind of different movies and stuff like that. And she's been acting for a long time. And, for her to find a partner that makes more money than her, it's going to take one,
hard.
it's an extremely successful actor,
Athlete,
like Dwayne Wade, football player, whatever the case may be. So obviously she's in a relationship now, but for her saying that it does. If Dwayne Wade was like, man, I've made way more money. I've made more money in her whole career in one season playing for the Heat. If he said that, that would be crazy. Yeah. But,
I'll say this too. This is how you know a woman doesn't respect a man. When they bring up their ex relationship and mention that they cheated, I feel like when a woman is in a solid relationship and they have a deep respect for the man they're with, they won't even fucking mention their ex.
The cool part about it is that she's not talking about a learning lesson. She's like
talking about
cheating. She didn't learn anything from her relationship. She just basically said, I felt like I could do it because I made more money than him.
You know what? Here's the thing this is a warning to women out there. I noticed that when women don't respect the men that they're with, they talk real crazy to him. Shut up, you're stupid. I don't care. And they always arguing with him and yelling and all of that shit, right? And he might be a sorry motherfucker. He might be a dude that cheated before, or he might not make that much money, whatever, right? But here's the problem, ladies. You bring that same attitude to the new guy because you got so used to disrespecting him that you come over here with it and that shit don't fly. When a man has integrity, they will pump the brakes on that shit. I've had women say like, well, if I do it, you're not going to say anything anyways. I said, oh, is that right? That you ain't doing that over here. You ain't doing that. Like, I was just playing. No, you're not playing. You was trying to test my temperature and see if I was a punk like the last nigga you dated. You got me fucked up. You're not about to disrespect me.
Women do be doing that.
They just want to test your. They want to test your masculinity.
A woman will be like, "Get your broke ass up." That was just a joke. Like, why are you taking it so hard?
Ain't no joke. You want to?
Not no joke.
Yeah, that's why I feel like as a man, you always got to be on the up and up with yourself. You always got to do the best for yourself, and you need to develop a habit of bettering yourself. Because when a woman becomes a part of that equation, she can't tell you shit. It might be little shit you might make a mistake on or something like that. But overall, you need to put yourself in a position where women are forced to respect you at all times. Because what happens is when a woman was dealing with the last dude and they always had to tell him like, you just don't do this. And I don't know. I don't feel like you love me. Like, and I don't feel like this and that. And you don't work. You don't really want to work that much. And then when they have all these motherfucking complaints about that dude that they was dating and they was with him for like 6 or 7 years, they don't have any practice on respecting men. You know how there's a narrative out there where like men need to respect women. They need to respect them. Y'all better respect us. That's a two-way motherfucking street. Cause y'all was real lippy with your ex-boyfriend, but that shit don't get no play over here. If you do that, a good dude that's really about you and about his integrity will leave your motherfucking ass. I got a homie that was with his he had an ex-wife. And he was paying for everything, was taking care of stuff, but he kept telling his ex-wife, you don't ever keep the house clean. You don't ever do nothing around here. He's like, you got to do something, baby. And he said he kept having that same conversation and he divorced her for it.
Because she wouldn't clean up?
And it wasn't just because she wouldn't clean up. It's deeper than that. If I have to, you don't got to twist my fucking arm to pay for everything. You don't got to twist my arm to be the man that I said I was going to be. But if I ask you something as simple, to keep the house up and to do that, and you continually don't do it. Like, I feel like that's a fair bargain. If somebody is taking care of everything, let me be clear, and this goes for men too. Let's say you make a lot of money and then you lose your job, but your girl still got a job. Nigga, the house is gonna be spotless every day. I'm gonna have dinner on the table for my wife every motherfucking day. I'm not playing. If she the one with a job and I ain't got a job, I'm going to make sure she got a hot meal at the end of the motherfucking day. That's not just a woman thing. If you ain't got no job, what the fuck is you doing? And literally, it'd be some women that will be at home all day and be like, I'm not his slave. I don't have to do that. If you don't get your motherfucking ass in there and make a sandwich.
Yeah, you just got to be productive. Be
productive. That's for men too. You can't be a grown man just living with a woman and just living with her and she taking care of everything. Let me tell you something, though, and this is what a lot of women may not realize. A woman that's taking care of everything in a household doesn't even feel like a woman. She don't even feel like a woman. She might as well have a cock. She might as well have a motherfucking penis. And that's what a lot of women say. Like, I'm more masculine than my ex. Like, he just didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to get a job. I'm thinking like, wow, I've heard some shit. When you take enough women out on dates and you hear these stories, it's kind of like, I wish I recorded this shit.
Yeah, it's material.
Man, I had a chick tell me that her ex-husband tried to kill her and her kids. I was like, nigga, I ain't never talking to this girl again.
Yeah, because he'll kill you.
Yeah, I'm going to be hitting it from the back. He going to be like, hey, open the door. Like, this pussy ain't worth dying for, man. You can have her. Just don't kill me.
Yeah, you got to listen to you got to read between the lines sometimes.
You have to.
So you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, when men have a history of underachieving and women have been with those dudes for a fraction of their lives, they start taking on a personality trait that's disrespectful because that dude don't have no integrity and they feel like they got to be his mama. A lot of women be in relationships with dudes where they feel like they got to be the dude's fucking mama.
So I think that's like, I see that, like, a lot of dudes got to step up, but also like a lot of women got to just grow up too.
Facts.
And realize you're not supposed to take care of a grown man.
100%.
I'm somebody just sitting around all day.
That's true. That's 100%. And you know what's funny is you'll hear women say like, don't gaslight us. A lot of women be using words the wrong way.
Yeah.
They'll be like, don't gaslight us and tell us that we need to choose better. You guys need to be better. No, two things are true. Two things are true. You need to choose better because your maturity only allows you to be in so many places or make so many decisions in life. So when you want to be a nigga's mama, that's your stupid ass. Okay? That's got nothing to do with him. He may be a chump, right? But you with him. You willfully chose to ride that roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Some dudes ain't paying no bills. They paying in dick.
Just eating good.
They just
dropping dick off.
She get off of work,
scratching their balls, watching Netflix.
Yeah, he be sitting there waiting for her to get off so he can eat some pussy. You need to do something around here. Oh God.
That's crazy. You paying rent and dick.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard if you paying a woman in orgasms.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Some dudes be getting away with that. A nigga with no job is a dickologist.
I think I wonder, like, I don't know. It does, like you said, but I think there's, in all these relationships, and even going back to the Gabrielle Union thing, like, everybody's an accomplice, right?
Yes.
Gabrielle Union, I think that, it's one thing, like, that all starts with ego, but to be in that relationship and then, and there's probably more to their relationship.
Oh yeah.
More than just the money thing, but just to be in, if you can't handle being in a relationship with a person you make more money than, just let the man go. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like that's not fair. Like if I get into a relationship with, like I have one friend who's his girlfriend is an actor.
Right.
And I don't, not in like big stuff, but like TV shows, stuff like that. And I would imagine she makes more money than him, but they just like, they seem to be in love and whatnot. But if it's like, all of this before you get into the relationship, know, you can see if I am Steph Curry, and obviously he's in a relation, he's married now, but if I'm Steph Curry and I'm a single man out here, I know 10 times out of 10, I am going to go on a date with a woman that don't make as much money as me.
That's facts.
And with Gabrielle Union, it's probably the same situation. You could probably run into some executives that make really good money and stuff like that, but more times than not, like, these people ain't making as much money as you.
Let's say me and you, in the next coming years, we get a really good deal. We're making like $5 million a year doing podcasting. And we say something, and Gabriel feels like it's an off-putting statement. And she's like, you know what? You guys can go somewhere with your little fucking podcast and go fuck off. And she's saying that from an elitist standpoint. Like, I know y'all don't make more money than me. And you get to have these opinions online, so go fuck off.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I notice a lot of women will complain about like patriarchy and stuff, right? But I've seen a lot of scenarios where when a woman becomes the breadwinner, they take on the same personality traits as like the patriarchy or the idea of it.
Yeah.
I got a cousin that literally, Keith met her, but I got a cousin that when she mentions her husband, it's always from like, he's a good guy. I make way more than he does, but when he gets his little advancements at his job and stuff, I'm always there rooting on him and stuff. I'm thinking like, as much as you feel like you're empowering him, you're belittling him.
Yeah, it's like even mentioning that is just kind of disempowering.
Yeah,
like even though my husband, he a broke ass nigga. I make a lot more money than him, but I still every step of that little 10-cent raise, I'll be clapping, cheering for him. Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, man. See, another thing too that men need to understand is before you start getting with these chicks, you need to figure out what type of upbringing, like what type of family dynamic they had. And this is why I say this: if the girl you start dating grew up in a household where the father took care of everything, paid all the bills, right? And that was her upbringing. What you think she wants, nigga? Do you think she just want to be paying all those bills? You need, like, I'm telling you, because I know a girl that gets kind of like that. Dad makes a whole lot of money, right? Has a whole bunch of property, a big old ranch house, all of that. And she was literally on social media, like, talking about men don't want to be men anymore. They don't really want to work and shit like that. Mind you, this girl is married posting this. So it's like, dog.
Yeah, that's a conversation you should have with your husband.
100%. But what happens is that's not right what she's doing. But as a man, you have to really understand that when a young woman grows up in a household that had a lot of money in it, where the father took care of everything, then she may want something comparable in her adult life. Even if she's a professional.
Yeah.
Just because a woman is a professional does not mean they want to be paying a bunch of fucking bills.
Where's the money going?
I hear you.
We work to pay bills. What our life is comprised of.
Keith, you're right, Keith. But a lot of women don't feel like women, and they could deny this all they want. They don't really feel like women if they're paying a bulk share of the bills. They feel like I've heard women say, if you going 50-50, that's a roommate. I'm like, nigga, somebody paying 50% of your bills, that's a lot. If you really think about it, as a man, if you pay 50% of bills, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Yeah. Now, here's my thing, right? Right now, I'm willing to go 80-20, right? Because I understand the psychology of a lot of women. They don't like the bulk load, being on them. So I'm willing to pay 80% of the bills. I'm not tripping, but you still gonna have to sock it to my pocket because I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's you say, where's all the money going? They keeping it. They buying makeup and shit.
That's crazy.
That's where it's going.
Yeah,
that's where it's going. Makeup, nails,
BBLs.
I don't know about that. If I'm can't and this gonna sound like misogynistic, but I gotta keep it a buck. Ain't no woman of mine getting no motherfucking BBL. I don't care if she got a flat ass. If she ain't got no ass, I don't care. BBLs are a greater sign of something worse. If she want to get a BBL, y'all might as well just break up. Cause she getting that BBL for attention.
Yeah,
that BBL ain't for you, man.
I always, I don't know, something about this
nigga keep getting sleepy.
No, I'm thinking something about the man of the woman that gets the BBL. Like, I just be looking at their pictures and I'd be like, man, they just don't be looking happy, man.
No,
they just be looking like just there.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, and this is something for you to digest, listeners. If a man is in a marriage for 22 years and he has a 3-inch penis, and they come out with this surgery that make you have a 10-inch thick penis, and he get that surgery, do you think he is getting that surgery only to fuck his wife?
I don't know.
Ain't no way.
It's different though, like because the BBL is like the BBL is you could see it. Like,
yeah, I
know when you walking down the street, you
Doesn't
know
matter.
the Brazilians done lifted her butt.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you got a 10-inch piece it's gonna make you feel like you want some more ass besides your wife's, bro. That's the point I'm trying to make is when women get new breasts or they get a new butt, they be showing that motherfucker off, getting all kinds of attention outside of their marriage or relationship. That's what really be going on, you know? And I've seen chicks, they get a BBL and all of a sudden they divorced. All of a sudden they were single.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, we know what the fuck happened. I think it'd be the same way for dudes. If a dude had a 10-inch pipe, all of a sudden he would end up single. That would happen.
Yeah.
It's motherfuckers right now, it's people getting those the hair transplants right now. It's a bunch of dudes doing that. It's a bunch. We can talk about women with these BBLs, but it's a bunch of dudes getting these hair transplants.
What is the hair? Like, how does it? Is it the where they pull in the follicles from?
They pulling the follicles from the head, putting it on their face. People getting beard transplants.
They getting a beard transplant?
Yes, I seen a dude today on fucking TikTok getting a beard transplant. The dude went to Istanbul to get a beard transplant.
Where are they pulling the hair from?
From the back of his head.
Dang.
So he walking around with a motherfucking maxi pad connected to the back of his head, just so he can have a beard. Some
people's work out pretty good. They had like Machine Gun Kelly. He did the it's not necessarily, I don't know how they,
what?
I don't know what
Machine
the name
Gun
of the
Kelly
surgery.
did his hair?
Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll take a patch from like the back, or they'll suck the follicles out, and then they put it like his edges were kind of.
Oh, they're going back.
The corners were kind of going back. Yeah.
I think that I don't like trying to stop nature, bro. I'm not with that, bro. When your hair start going, that's God's way of telling you need to find a new route.
Nah, science is here for a reason.
Yeah, but this is crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Like once my shit started going, I was just okay with cutting it off. You know, because I had been cutting my hair off since high school, anyways.
Yeah.
So once my hairline went back, I was like, all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say most people in general. There's some people that are like comfortable going bald, but even like, some people they just can't deal with it. Like regardless of nature or all this stuff, they just like, not me. They holding on, they wearing hats all the time,
man.
All these different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is, I'm bald. I think I don't know if I've done a podcast. My hair is obviously bald, but the thing about it is with me, I just use, conditioners, things like that to try to keep my scalp fresh without bumps and shit like that. Just to keep my appearance up on my head, and I got a round head that I could actually be bald. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Some people got that motherfucking, what's that dog? Like a pug or something? That shit be looking wild.
Yeah, I got a wrinkly head. I can never.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, I could never be bald. I would be too embarrassed.
That's crazy.
My stuff look crazy. I got to keep, like, when I do cut it low, I keep it like at a 2.
I don't ever see you losing hair.
Mine is not like bad. Like I'm about to be 31 years old and I still got most of my hair. Yeah. So if anything, I would be like who would be like comparable?
I just don't see you losing hair because I know your dad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your pops, he just chose to cut his shit low. But
mine is Mine is like my edge up is not as low as it used to be.
That's normal though.
Yeah.
Your hairline ain't fucking supposed to be down here.
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm in my 30. I know people my age is gone.
Yeah.
Like this right here cannot grow out this length.
Yeah, your hairline, that's about as far as it's gonna go back.
Yeah, I hope so. Cause my stuff, it looked like it's just like wrinkly up here. I'm like, dog, I cannot be out here like that. And I would be like, if it came down to it, like if my head wasn't wrinkled like that, I wouldn't really have a problem with rocking the ball. This is a part of maturing. You know what I mean?
Because Childish Gambino did it. And I think he even though he got a motherfucking large head, it still looks decent. He presents himself well with it. He probably figured, look, my hairline is just too gone.
Yeah.
And I think that you need to be transparent with people that have that. There was a guy I know, really good guy, really cool guy. I seen him at the store one day.
Yeah.
And I seen his hairline, and it not only was the hairline going back, but the top of his head was gone. Like it was like gone.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he had one of those fucking yarmulkes on the top of his head.
It was bad.
It was gone.
Sheesh.
And I told him, I said, hey man, you getting ready to bring it on home, huh?
Yeah.
And he was like, what you mean? I was like, your hair, you gonna cut it, you gonna go bald? He's like, heck no, I ain't going bald. No. He was in denial.
So how does it look? Like it was
The back of his head, like the crown part up here,
that part was gone.
that part was gone. It was pretty much gone. It was really thin. And then the front of his hairline was going back. I'm like, dude, you receding.
You
from
know, it's
both.
crazy. That's like everybody has a different experience. Like some people's that go back like right here, and then they just have like a kind of like a smile thing going on. And then some people be thinning like right here, but this is all intact still. Like I know a couple people like it's just it's devastated right here.
I've seen some people with receding hairlines that know how to get the right haircuts to keep it looking nice. Like the ones that got the things that receding from up here. What they do is they line up the front and then they fade it on the sides up here. Yeah. And then they line it up on the side. I'm like, dude, I don't know what kind
some people like my girl's dad, like it's like going it's thinning all around. Like now he's 52 years old. So it's like, man, who cares? Like if he was like, to me, if you 50 plus and you just wearing your hair however, like you done lived most of your life. But like if he had like a mohawk, like it might work.
Oh,
like if he
I
just
know what
did
you're saying.
Like you saying,
fade
like
that side,
fade the side right here. He could just rock that.
Ooh, that shit'll be cold, bro. The coldest mohawk I've ever seen was your brother.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Quante used to have a crazy mohawk, but it was real thick and it was like tall, and he used to edge it up real nice. Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm gonna tell him, bro, you need to bring the hawk back.
Bring the hawk back.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna have that hawk.
Yeah,
that was back in the that was almost low key in the Roscoe Dash era.
Yeah,
low key. Remember Roscoe Dash? All the way time.
Yeah. Nah, that nigga Gambino got his hair back.
No, he didn't.
He did.
What the fuck? What was this today or recent?
I don't know when this was. That looks like.
You see it again?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. It's just his hairline is so fucked up. First of all, I would preface the statement. I say, hey man, Donald, are you a person that like likes constructive criticism? Because if so, I got somebody to tell you.
He's at the Golden Globes. Yeah, this is pretty recent.
Oh my God.
Oh dang. Let me see.
That nigga's head look like a Golden Globe.
I'm dead.
like a meatball.
He can't really go bald though, because he's doing too much acting. Like he probably, I don't know, he probably got what you call that, like some little enhancements or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, you can see it right here. This is the recent Golden Globes.
Oh my God. Yeah, he got hair.
Yeah, he did you know how LeBron, because you remember he went bald? You know how LeBron James went bald that one summer?
It looked decent though.
Yeah, he probably got the little suctions and then just filled in the little edges and stuff like that. But it just like, he's gonna be in this. He got his own Star Wars show and stuff like that. Like he can't be on there looking like all patchy like that. He probably got a little.
I mean, that nigga already got an alien haircut. He could pull that shit off.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was 5 days ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that mug filled in now.
What the fuck? It looked kind of good.
Yeah, it don't look that bad.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So he probably not going bald. No, his shit going back though.
His stuff was going back, but he always had full hair up here.
You know what? I'm not gonna say it's going back. That was just the way his hairline was.
He probably just finally edged it up.
Probably. That shit was like on the sides.
That mug was like going back, and then it was like, and then it came forward right here, and then it connected to his eyebrows, and then it would go like down here.
That nigga's hairline looked like he was getting punched in his sleep.
That nigga, Childish Gambino got the most vast amount of looks. Like, remember he went on a Breakfast Club, and they was just saying like he just smelled like death.
His armpits.
Yeah, he was musty. Like, man, you ain't took a shower. Like, man, Charlamagne, I'm just trying to be. I forgot what he was saying.
But his armpits. If your armpits smell, that's not professional. He's one of those really naturey type people.
I think that was a phase because I've seen him on Jimmy Kimmel. He's like, man, you smell so good. So I was like, oh, he must be wearing deodorant now.
Yeah, but I think people that are not obsessed with how they look, they tend to be a little too laxed. You know, like sometimes you come in here and I'll be like, dang, this nigga Keith don't give a fuck today.
Not at all. Not at all.
His hair was so dry one day, and then it was like tilted to the side. I think Keith took a nap. I think Keith took a nap, and his hair was flat on one side. It was like it looked like a tornado hit his head from the side.
Nah, I'm for sure getting my hair. Sometimes I'll be like, nigga, you look homeless.
You don't need to do anything with your hair but moisturize it.
Yeah, but even that is just too much. Like, not as that is too much. Like, it's not styled enough for me. I'm gonna go get my hair braided or get my hair twisted.
Bro, it ain't that deep. When I had thick hair, when I had long, thick hair, what I would do is get in the shower and then I would kind of like dry my head. And even though, you know, when you get in the shower, it's still a little damp. And then I would take like either Dax Wave or like Blue Magic. And I would work it into my scalp. And then I would just move my hands all through my hair like that and just leave it.
Yeah.
And then I would edge it up, and that shit looked good.
It was clean. Yeah. I mean, I see that, but I'm saying I want a style, like something. I want a stylized hair. The reason I haven't done my hair in so long, it's just been I haven't made the time for it. I'm not gonna say that I was super busy.
Yeah.
So hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna get some.
You ain't gotta do nothing but edge it.
Yeah, but I get that. But what I'm saying is I want to do something up here. The edge is not like. The edge up is cool. That's like, that will make it look better.
I remember about a year ago, you fucked your edge up. I had to tell you, I was like, nigga, you fucked up.
What happened?
Your shit was crooked like a motherfucker.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You edged it up, and I was like, did you do your hair? He's like, yeah, I just did it. I was like, nigga, you fucked up.
I don't remember that. But
yeah, nigga, that shit was not good. I was like, he was like, oh, dang. Because one side was like high, edge up, and the other one was down. I was like, yeah, this nigga was rushing that day.
Oh, yeah.
You was like writing a script or something. I don't know.
Writing a script. Yeah. I was getting my own edge up, man.
You said what?
I was just doing my own edge up.
Who's that supposed to be?
Sierra don't love me no more.
That's supposed to be Future?
Yeah.
That sound like Bill Clinton, nigga.
Future and Bill Clinton.
Future's voice is kind of like a lot of people try to get on me about like, you know, Sierra and all that, and Russell Wilson and all that. Like, Russell Wilson ain't no, like, he still let me smash my baby mama.
Russell
Wilson, I ain't got no problem with Russell Wilson. Like, he a cool dude. Like, you know, I be smashing Sierra from the back. He still just, you know, he can't throw a football no more or nothing, but like, he really about that, though.
Russell Wilson be playing football with my son, but it's cool. It's cool and all that.
Russell Wilson, a real ass nigga, man. Me and DJ Esco, you know, he was over there at the studio, and that nigga can't do it. He can't throw no football no more, but he really about that business. If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna trust you. That shit wild, bro.
Yeah.
That 56 Nights was a hard ass album, though.
I'm not really a Future fan. I'm not.
I was on for a couple years. I was like a Future like dude. Me and Desmond. He got a song called "Me No Compadre." You heard it? That shit go hard. Me no compadre, me no compadre, me no compadre. That shit go hard. Yeah, but hey, looks like we came to the end of this one. What do you guys think? Doesn't matter. If you made it to the end of this podcast,
it doesn't matter what your name is.
Oh, Rock. He's like, do you think it's the end? It doesn't matter what you think about this podcast. All right. Well, if you made it to the end of this podcast, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Finks.
We're out of here.
Peace.